Say something.
Okay. So, is this coming to the YouTube channel?
This is a YouTube channel.
Hey guys, welcome back.
So, hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Paulo.
Welcome back to my YouTube channel, Apollo. And
I'm his mom. Hi. I'm gonna do some tarot readings.
yeah, he is. And we're gonna get a bunch of likes and a bunch of comments. You got a bunch of YouTube channels.
So
Look,
thank
we only
you.
got 2 subscribers.
Say
Good.
welcome.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you. And we need yikes. Guys, give us some yikes, okay? We need yikes. We need yikes, okay? Guys, give us some yikes.
You saw the lights? Look, there they go.
We need 10,000 views, okay? Okay? Now, if we want to do this reading, we're going to have to practice.
What's that? What card is that? King of Pentacles.
King of Pentacles is like the only card that my mom.
I'm gonna say you're gonna be rich.
You're going to be rich, okay? One day. Like one day. One day.
Justice card energy.
Just because energy, and
You gotta fight for it.
you gotta fight for it.
What's that? Moon card.
Moon card, and
When you get it, don't tell nobody you get it.
when you get it, don't tell anyone that you got it.
Five of Cups.
5 of Cups.
You'll be sad at their reaction.
You'll be sad at the reaction.
Can I go now? Can I do a tarot reading?
Yeah.
I'm gonna put the phone right here. Hold this family. Infinite waters flowing through your point next to this is tarot on this. Hey. Close that door. Hold this family. Infinite waters flowing through your point next to this is tarot on decks. And I do this from the heart, from the soul, from the street. So if you think I'm here to play around with you, you should leave now. If you decide to stay, that means you will allow me in your energy, as is my intent, to create conditions that promote health, wealth, and abundance. So let's get started because you know we dominate these time constraints. And I appreciate your time. I appreciate your energy. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Let's start off with a general message for the collective. What do we got? Angels. Oh, this motherfucking. Listen, I did a reading earlier with this same deck. It's a newer deck, or I don't want to say it's a new deck, but it's a deck that I don't often use. And it says, your social battery is drained. To me, this card feels like a need for you to really kind of focus some energy on resetting your nervous system, right? Intentionally. Like not doing nothing like in a lazy or a lackadaisical way, doing nothing intentionally so that you can allow your nervous system to reset. Is sitting in stillness and sitting in quietness on purpose. Social battery is drained. Give me some more energy out here. It says, and so like it's like a lot of executive dysfunction that's showing up, right? Because your social battery is drained. You feel there's so much that you need to be doing, but you're not doing anything because it's almost like I don't know where to start. Or the task that you need to start with is so overwhelming. Like the easiest solution to this type of energy is to do the thing that you want to do. Even if it feels like you're off task, doing something is better than doing nothing. Laundry, like a mountain of chores, like a mountain of chores or a mountain of things to do in front of you, but like no energy or no motivation to do it. Professional binge watcher. So like I'm saying, this is about executive dysfunction. This is like realizing that the best thing for you to do is sometimes all you can do is open a window because it's literally prying yourself out of the bed to even get up to open the window. Some of you are just laying in the bed and don't even want to get up and go use the bathroom. You know what I mean? You just have to force yourself because your bladder is like screaming at you or whatever it is. things like that. Delivery app devotee. So you're not cooking, you're not eating any healthy foods that's going to allow you to be restored and replenished. You're not consuming any healthy things that is going to like motivate you and amp you up to actually be doing what you're supposed to be doing. You have a laundry list of things that you need to be doing, and your social battery is drained. This is a need to reset your central nervous system if I've ever seen one. Let me get one more card on this. Angels, thank you. Archangels, ancestors, and spirit guides that wish to see us walk the highest path out here for the greatest good. So then it says DIY disaster. So either you're not doing anything or what you are doing is being half-assed. And until you can do anything correctly, the first thing you need to do is intentionally reset your nervous system, and that means doing nothing. Conspiracy theorist energy is at the bottom of the deck, right? So you might be like, somebody's doing magic on me, or you might be like, somebody's sending me negative energy. And in a lot of cases, the biggest enemy that you're dealing with, the biggest threat that you're facing is your own internal thoughts and your inability to control them. Angels, archangels, ancestors, and spirit guides that wish to see us walk the highest path out here for the greatest good. Listen, if I'm saying something that helps, guys, leave me a like. Make sure you double tap that screen and share the live. And if you haven't already, subscribe. Angels, archangels, ancestors, and spirit guides that wish to see us walk the highest path out here for the greatest good. Let me know if this is resonating for you. Welcome, Crystal. Thank you so much for tapping in and tuning in from all the way on the East Coast over there, on the halfway around the world, on the East Coast over there. Queen Bee, man. This card coming out on all of this energy, it lets me know that, like, you have a large capacity, like a large capacity dryer. No, you have, like, you can see the things that you see in yourself or the things that you see for yourself that are possible are very much so possible. It's like you're not thinking small. You have big dreams, big goals, and big aspirations, but like a depleted social battery. You know what I mean? The energy that is going to require for you to manifest and materialize what you visualize in your mind's eye, bro. You got to cut some of this shit off, like. In my life, I'm going to give you a practical example. In my life, when laundry started piling up, shit started going in the trash. In my life, when dishes start piling up and I just feel overwhelmed, like I just can't seem to keep these dishes out the sink. Like I just can't seem to keep these towels out of the washing machine. I can't seem to keep these. It means you got too much. And the easiest way to bring more peace and like allow the universe to bless you, make room. That's what's on this board. You got to say goodbye to some shit. You got to say goodbye to some people, some places, some things, some ideas that's interfering with your ability to manifest. It's all getting away. You're inundated. Bag lady, you gonna miss your bus. You can't hurry up because you got too much stuff. That's what's on this board. And when you put some of this shit down and really focus on what matters most, you'll be able to manifest and materialize more than what you're expecting. I like it because I feel like what you're visualizing in your mind's eye for yourself is going to be like the bee's knees, exceedingly and abundantly above what you ask or think. But it's like you can't manifest and materialize what you actually desire until you make room for it. This is what I'm tapped into. You want to make room, you want a family, but that spare bedroom in there is full with stuff, random stuff that you haven't used in years. Get rid of some of that stuff. You want a different body. You want to look physically different in whatever way that is, but you keep ordering food off of DoorDash and you keep Uber eating shit. No, it's time for you to, and even if it's the slightest change. For example, like you say, okay, you know what? I want to change my body. I want to be different physically. I'm just going to delete the whole app. You say, I want to change my life. I want to be different. Like I want my environment to be different. Hell, the first thing you can do, I'm telling you, I kid you not, when you opening a window and allowing fresh energy, fresh air to flow through your space is one of the most powerful things that you can do, especially if you're in this type of slump, especially if you're feeling executive dysfunction, especially if you're in the type of energy where the only thing you can barely do is switch the station go from TikTok to Netflix. You understand? If that's all you can do, then get up, muster up enough energy to go open that window, muster up enough energy to take the clothes off the bed, whatever it is, right? That little bit of stuff is going to be such a big thing. Welcome, Chula. Thank you for tapping in, tuning in, and turning up. This will give you these small steps, these small little incremental moving toward what you desire will give you the motivation that you need to want to show up at a certain place. The card says workplace affair. You know how you got a person at work and you really like seeing that person? You know what I mean? So you might not feel like going to do work, but you'll get up and get ready for your job because you know you get to engage with your work best friend or your work husband or your work wife. Is this type of energy. Like these little small incremental notions in regards to the direction that you're moving in will make you want to do more for your dream. You'll see it coming together slowly but surely. Taking the first step on the journey might be the hardest part, but it will more than definitely motivate you to keep going. That's what it feels like. Some of y'all are dealing with executive dysfunction. And when you look at it from in a spiritual mindset, if you look at it with a spiritual eye, you can handle it differently. Twin flame energy is out here. So right now, your external world is a reflection of your internal world. Look around and ask yourself what needs to change. This is what I'm tapped into. And then take action. This divine masculine energy has to do with logic, consistency, and order. The actions that is necessary in order to manifest and materialize what happens in your divine feminine energy. Those creative ideas, those creative pursuits. We didn't get divine feminine. We got queen bee. So I see your feminine energies popping, and with little adjustments to what you're already doing, you'll find the motivation to do more. Give me 3 more cards on this. Thank you, angels, archangels, ancestors, and spirit guides that wish to see us walk the highest path out here for the greatest good. A lot of people that I'm talking to, you're wanting to expand, you're wanting to grow, you're wanting to do more, you're wanting to add weight or add food to your plate. And in order to do that, you got to make room. That's what I'm tapped into. Mirroring card energy is out here on top of this twin flame cards. Like I said, your world is showing you. It's not supposed to punish you. It's not meant to punish you. It's not meant to make you feel bad or make you feel like you're not doing something or you need to be doing more. It just is the way the formula works. The external world is the reflection of the internal world, and when you look around, what do you need to change? And it could be simple as throwing something away, throwing away a poster, getting rid of the idea of something, deleting an app off of your phone, clearing out that back room, clearing out your sock drawer, cleaning out that junk drawer. All of these things, you make room for the things that you want to manifest in your life. You throw away some of these clothes, you might get the wardrobe of your dreams, right? You do away with this not good enough bookshelf, and you'll get a bookshelf that actually holds the information that you're trying to hold, right? You delete Netflix, right? You delete Netflix, you delete DoorDash. You might even have the energy that you need to interact socially. It's these types of decluttering and things that's going to make all the difference. Give me one more card for my collective. I love you so much. Thank you for allowing me in your energy. I appreciate the time and the energy, the love and support. I always hope I'm saying something to help. Another aspect of like what's causing this executive dysfunction in your life is feeling like you got so much to do and not enough time to do it, right? It's too late. And I want to know who put you on a time schedule, who put you in a rush, who made you feel like it had to be done by this date and this time. Who did that to you? Because that's not true. Because as long as you got breath in your body, baby, you got time. This is what I'm tapped into. So whoever put you on that time constraint, whoever told you, oh, look at such and such is already so far ahead, you shouldn't even worry about it. Whoever did that to you, they was trying to fuck over you. You got all the time that you need to make the move to make the adjustments is a word that I'd rather use, that you need to make your life a reflection of who you actually are. That's what I'm seeing on my board. It's just a lesson, baby. It's just a lesson, and you ain't no punk bitch. You are not no little bitty something, right? You're an athlete. You're competitive, and you can win this. Ever grateful for the opportunity to share the gift? I always hope I'm saying something that helps. Baby, I don't know why them cheering back there making all that noise. I promise you, they don't get back there and get to doing all of that until they hear me coming in this room. Something about me coming in this room, that energy get to fluctuating through the house. Cheering go crazy. Ah! Children go crazy. They don't know what to do with themselves. Ah! My mama ain't not playing with spirits. I don't know. They lose their fucking minds, bro. Like, what the fuck? Calm your ass down. Go lay down somewhere. They be chilling. You don't understand how they be chilling. Ten of Wands energy. Keeping your head above water. Making a way when you can. Temporary layoffs. Right? The Ten of Wands energy is out here. So we talked about the environment that you're in and the external world being a reflection of the internal world. Some of you may be saying, well, this ain't my house, or I'm living with somebody, or it's not much that I can do based on the environment that I'm in. Your intention is everything. If you intentionally say, I'm going to make it the best that I can, God is going to give you what you need to make it even better. Maybe even give you what you need to make a move. This is what I'm tapped into. Do never underestimate the power of your intentions. That when you say, okay, this is the best I can do, God, when God see you doing the best you can with what little he gives you, he will give you more. This is what I'm tapped into. DMX energy is out here. DMX has, he was a lyricist. He was a poet. He was eloquent. He had all of these gifts, talents, and abilities, but his past wouldn't allow him to see the present that his gift was and the future that was possible for him. Nine of Swords energy is out here. Don't let what's happening in your presence stop you from seeing the power that you have to affect change in your future. The Lover's card energy is out here. In your ideal, in divine alignment. I got a Devil card in this deck. I use Bobby and Whitney for the same energy, right? Because it's the same energy on opposite ends of the spectrum. And so this is what you have the power when you connect to God. That's what the Lover's card indicates, right? When you connect with your divine, when you plug into the divine outlet, so to say, it'll charge you up. And then you'll be sitting in your garden like Jody Mama with your tomatoes, drinking your wine. You can manifest and materialize that what you desire. You have the wisdom too. We have a 999 angel number. 9 is about independence, self-assured, right? So that means ain't nobody else gonna do it for you. And so this Lover's card is a 6. And that's if you feel like somebody gonna come in and be my hero. Somebody gonna come in and save my day. Baby, ain't nobody gonna come in and do it for you. But Ian Lavanza, you got the power to heal yourself. You got the power to save yourself. And the instructions are being given. Download, demonstrated, distributed, do it through a divine network. The only thing you got to do is tap into it. Give me 3 more cards for my collective. The Moon card energy is out here. The Moon card has to do with subconscious programming. If you've ever seen this movie, The Skeleton Key, is when they definitely swapped with somebody. They switched out, they put their consciousness into somebody else's body. It's this mirroring card, this twin flame energy is like, what is the external world? What is the physical environment right now causing you to believe that could be untrue, that you don't have to agree with? Become conscious of these things so that you can have some type of effect, right? Because the motherfucking devil is roaming this earth to and fro, looking for whom he can devour. And the devil who roams this earth to and fro looking for whom he can devour has consumed the greatest of us. You understand what I'm saying? So you got to be on the lookout. I like this energy 999 angel number. You have the capacity to open up portals that will lead you to power. It's going to require some masculine energy. You got to put some action into it. Major transformations are afoot, right? You're going to come out of this executive dysfunction, this feeling like I can't move, I can't do anything. The first thing you need to do, sometimes the first thing you need to do is open a window. If you can't muster up that much strength, take a deep breath. And when you take a deep breath, you say in with all of the goodness and the abundance that the universe has to offer, and out with all of the bullshit. 5 of Swords energy is out here. The 5 of Swords on all the rest of this energy makes me feel like it's that sorting process. Right? It's the sorting process that you'll have to go through in your life with your friends, with your possessions, with the things that you do on a regular basis to say, hey, this shit gonna stay and this shit gonna go. But the most powerful tool that you have at your disposal is the ability to make room. And with discipline and a lot of sacrifice, you can survive this. This is what I'm tapped into. Baby, this ain't the ending. This is not the ending. This is the beginning of you. Ever grateful for the opportunity to share the gift. I always hope I'm saying something that helps. Emperor card at the bottom of the day. I am so grateful for you. I appreciate your time, your energy, your love and support. I always hope I'm saying something that helps. Girl, let me go in here. I don't know what these children is doing. stuff. Kurt, watch. Open it. All right, all right, all right. Thank you for tapping. Thank you for tapping. In the meantime, in between time, let me clear this board and see if we can get some more messages from my divine collective. How are y'all doing today? How was the day? Were you able to get everything done? The cards say you had some type of executive dysfunction happening. Don't be mad at yourself and don't beat up on yourself about that. Do what you when I deal with executive dysfunction, for example, I need to update my website, but I want to go live. I just go live because going live is better than doing nothing. Once I get that out of my system, the only thing left for me to do is update my website. You know what I mean? Is this type of energy. So don't beat up on yourself. Don't be hard on yourself. Don't let your mind go to places where you're like, is somebody doing magic on me? Is somebody doing witchcraft? Or was the food I ate? You know what I'm saying? Don't put yourself in this mind fuckery where you can't figure things out. Go ahead and follow your flow. Follow your bliss. It's opening you up to abundance, and it's better than doing nothing. Okay? Ever grateful for the opportunity to share the gift. I hope I'm saying something that helps. Y'all double tap that screen and share the live so you can share this love. Thank y'all so much for tapping in and tuning in and turning up with me. I appreciate your time. I appreciate your time. Let's see what comes out. You gotta let me know if you like this deck. It's called, well, I put a sticker on it because I don't know, like I'm a sticker happy. I'm one of those people who I decorate everything that I purchase. I have stickers on my desk right here. I got stickers on my laptop. I'll put stickers on a can of air freshener if I if I feel like it will improve the ambiance. I don't know. I buy stickers. I'm not over that. Like put a sticker on my page because it makes me feel like I did good or whatever it is like that. Okay. The cat lady at the bottom of the deck, she's got like gifts. You know, the cat distribution system has been kind to her. She has access to multiple types of spiritual clairs, clairvoyant, clairaudient, clairsalient, messages and protectors and guides coming from all around. Let's see what comes out. Angels, archangels, ancestors, and spirit guides that wish to see us walk the highest path out here for the greatest good. What is the most important message for the divine collective? What do they need to know most to walk the highest path out here for the greatest good? That motherfucking laundry mountain climber is looming, right? It keeps coming out with serial killer. That's the title card on the deck. There's like a piece of frosted mini wheat or a box of cereals or something like that, and it says serial killer, bro. To me, it's still that executive dysfunction energy, right? Like, okay, I'm not getting up, and I'm not the serial killer. And on the last spread, we had that DoorDash card, all right, delivery app, diva or whatever it was. They have all these funny words. At the end of the day, it's like you're not giving yourself what you need to be able to perform in the ways you want to perform. If your body needs energy, if your body needs sunlight and water to be able to grow so that you can have the energy that you need to, live life, go through the motions of life, how are you going to go through the motions of life if you're not giving your body the vitality that it needs to do so? Impulsive buyer. Like I'm talking to somebody who's constantly distracting themselves. Right. Dopamine hit after dopamine hit after dopamine hit. And whether it's Netflix or social media or sleeping just to avoid, the stress of the day, these things are taking you farther and farther away from your goal. And a lot about what's coming out, lets me know that it's willpower, right? Yoga pretzel energy is out here. And if you see this person is like, they're in a meditative pose, but it's like they have all of these wires wrapped around their head, right? There's a veil disconnecting this, yogi from the channel of the divine. Give me 2 more cards. Gym rat. To me, that feels like strength. Like you're strong enough to do something or you have the capacity to do something. And then social media junkie came out again. And the other card said social, it was something about being drained, right? Like social battery drained. So this says social media junkie. The other one said social battery drained. So now you've got this dopamine hit after dopamine hit, after dopamine hit, which is what happens in your brain, the chemical reaction that happens in your brain, right? You on that dope. Like your grandma say you on that dope, but the dopamine that is different now. It's not the weed that we smoked in the 80s or whatever drugs that they did in the 70s and 60s. No, the dope look different now. That's what's on this board. And that shit got you tied up. And we don't even realize sometimes as parents, sometimes as siblings or as people in the community, we don't realize that, when a motherfucker ain't been on their phone or they're not able to scroll, they gotta wash dishes or they gotta cut the grass, they get that little aggravation. You know what I mean? If somebody was on drugs, you would know. You say, oh, you ain't had a fix. You would say that. If somebody had a drug use problem, you would say, you haven't had a fix. You haven't had your alcohol today. Today you haven't had your cigarette. Even coffee drinkers will say, oh, I haven't had my coffee yet, but y'all not recognizing and realizing that you get that same little that little when you ain't on your phone, and so you need a dopamine detox. That's what's on this board. Plant parent, you need to find a way to absolve yourself, or surround yourself, like immerse yourself in nature. That's going to be your most powerful path forward in regards to giving yourself number one. Number one, you're going to start like the choices that you make, whether you scroll in your phone. It could be like, okay, I don't feel like cooking, let me order DoorDash. Now you're not giving your body the fuel that you need to replenish to handle your chores, your daily basis. This becomes a cycle, and then you get trapped in this phone. You get trapped, like when phones first came out, there were like all of these conspiracy theories that were saying it was trying to trap your soul. It was trying to eat your soul and wanted to consume your soul. And now you see people and they're walking down the street, crossing literal traffic, scrolling their phone, and you need a dopamine detox. That's what's on this board. Emoji overuser, right? Like your soul, it's like this box. It's like a fucking you ever seen Ghostbusters? If it's something strange in the neighborhood, remember they had that little thing and they would throw it on the floor and it would open up and it would take all of the spirits in the room and it would absorb it into that little box and send it into another dimension. That's what you see, the thing right here is you looking at me on. Some of y'all got a laptop, some of y'all got a big one mounted on y'all wall, but you got that day, it's giving you, and you're hooked on that dope. That's what's on this board. Don't get mad at me, the procrastination master. But it's that need for that hit, that need for that fix is affecting every other area of your life. Parallel Parker Pro. And your spirit team is like, get out into the world, immerse yourself in nature, remember who you are, like what life is about. Remember that your muscles are strong and that you can lift weights and that you can get in water and you can feel wet. Remember what it feels like to have your foot in the grass or feel the pinch of the concrete when the rocks are poking up. Like they want you to immerse yourself in nature. That's what this feels like. Somebody is on a dopamine binge, and you stuck on that Netflix, or you stuck on that YouTube, and you stuck on that binge scrolling, and you need a dopamine detox if you're going to ever get back to your normal self. That's what this feels like. And the most powerful path to restoring and resetting and recalibrating your nervous system is to intentionally do nothing. You say, today I'm not going to do anything. And I mean nothing. You cut off the phone, you cut off the TV. You intentionally do nothing. Maybe you do the laundry that's piling up. Maybe you do some housework, but I'm talking about intentionally resetting your nervous system by cutting off all stimuli, right? I'm talking about immediately, it's going to feel so much better just, when you realize how loud you got that volume up on your phone. When you realize how loud the volume up is on the TV, you can't even hear the birds. You can't even hear the crickets outside. It's just, and you're used to it. It's become so common. You've numb to it, and it's having an effect on your nervous system. This is what I'm tapped into. It's affecting your ability to complete tasks. The only thing you want to do is find the next funny video or comment on the next interesting post. The idea of having to actually live a life, being stuck in traffic, doing laundry, doing the dishes, cooking breakfast, all of that shit feels foreign, and it shouldn't. You on a dopamine binge, and you gotta come up off of it sometime. Angels, archangels, ancestors, and spirit guides that we should see us walk the highest path out here for the greatest good. Some of you are avoiding something, like ever since that breakup happened, ever since that you lost that job, Ever since your mother or your parents told you you were about to move, there was this significant shift in your foundation that happened. And it's like ever since you had to move to a new city, ever since you had to start a new job, ever since that relationship ended, whether it be romantic or platonic, you haven't been able to get back to yourself. And you gotta tap into this in order for you to be able to like adjust it. Under pressure, it's out here with too late, right? Like it feels like not being able to fix what you think needs to be fixed, so doing nothing. So there's a lot of anxiety, there's a lot of decision. Even this card says time's running out, and this card says too late. So it feels like you feel like it's too late to do something. It feels like there's this, it's like it's difficult for you to let go of something. You want to fix something. It's like God is trying to take that thing away from you. It feels like, okay, well, if I don't have that, then what's going to happen? There's no other way out. There's no solutions, right? God is trying to open your brain up, show you that the world has many solutions. The world is your oyster. There's more than one way to do things, but it's like being focused on something that has already run its course, right? Something's come to an end. It's like really, really finding it difficult to get over a relationship, really, really finding it difficult to get over a breakup or losing a job or having maybe getting evicted from an apartment or losing a car or something like that. Your spirit team is saying you can't just stay there. I mean, how long are you going to be stuck in this situation and circumstance? When are you going to realize, okay, this is the outcome, and if I ever want to get back to some semblance of normalcy, I have to do something. Feeling like shit. Some of you, like, you know what I mean, need to take the time to really, like, remove all distractions and stimulations and feel whatever feeling you're trying to avoid feeling. You don't want to feel what it feel like to feel the actual breakup. To really admit and acknowledge that y'all not together no more. To admit and acknowledge that that's not your house no more. That's not your car no more. That's not your job no more. But it's that acceptance that will give you the power, that you need to move forward. It's like the spirit team wants you to see something for what it is. See it for what it is, not what you want it to be. That's going to be the most powerful path forward. Give me some more energy on this for my divine collective. I promise when that true color card come out, it's two true colors of cards in this deck because I have two of this particular deck. Either way it goes. Bruh, you see it for what it is, not for what you want it to be. And as soon as you see it for what it is, the sooner you can have it for the sooner you can have exactly what you desire. But I fear that you're not considering that you're dealing with demons, that you're dealing with spirits, that this is not a witch doing witchcraft on you, that this is a spiritual attack. We battle not against flesh and blood, but against powers or principalities. And when we're dealing with these powers and principalities, it's only one power we can call on, and that's the divine. This is what I'm tapped into. You got to close this cycle. It's over with. And I feel like I'm saying it harshly. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, that thing is not coming back. That person, place, thing, idea, or behavior trait is gone. And if you need spiritual support, then you fall on your knees and you ask God to help you. Because it ain't no going back. You can only go forward. That's what I'm tapped into. And even if you're not doing what you feel like you need to do, doing something is better than sitting and stewing in that shit. This is what I'm tapped into. Massive regret. Let it be a lesson. Don't only focus on what you feel like you lost. What did you learn? Ever grateful for the opportunity to share the gift. I always hope I'm saying something else. Let's get some tarot on this. Lost a job, mom passed away, had an awakening. All praise to the Most High. I'm glad that you're here, and we need you in your authentic energy and your true colors to shine. Whatever it takes, Shannon, I need you to shake back. Angels, archangels, ancestors, and spirit guides, that we should see us walk the highest path for the greatest good. What is the most important message for the divine collective? What does the divine collective need to know to walk the highest path for the greatest good? Three of Pentacles energies in reverse. Expectations lead to disappointments. Nobody's coming to save you. Three of Pentacles in reverse. And if you're waiting on, how sometimes you go, maybe you're in a room with your friend, or you're in a room with your mom, or whoever cares and loves about you the most, and you go, because they're going to say, what's wrong? That's not where you at right now. You're not in a position in life where your huffs and your puffs is going to mean anything to anyone outside of yourself. Nobody's coming to save you. So you got to do what you got to do. But listen, I'm here with you. We going through it together. Let's go. The Fool card energy. Let's take this motherfucking leap. Or we stay here. Or we're stuck here. And I just feel like that's not the most becoming place for you. Angels, archangels, ancestors, and spirit guides that wish to see us walk the highest path out here for the greatest good. If you take a look at what it's been like since you've been in this slump, and since you've been feeling like shit, and you've been kind of, dealing with this executive dysfunction. Let's say it's been going on for a week. Let's say it's been going on for 2 weeks. Let's say it's been going on for 3 weeks. Look around. Look at your life. Think of the dishes. Think of the laundry. Think of the things that are piling up. That's 3 weeks of you putting your power in this direction. The Justice card. Be ye not deceived. God is not mocked, for whatsoever you sow, that's what you shall reap. The energy and effort that you put into something is what you get out. If you look at your life for the past 3 weeks, look around. This is what it looks like when you take your power and you just get dopamine hit after dopamine hit. That means you're powerful. Whether it's good or bad or ugly, look around, you look at your life, you say, damn, this is what happens when I direct my power in this direction. Laundry piled up this high, dishes piled up, meeting halfway about what, right? That's power. But if you take that energy and you put it in a different direction, I wonder what the results will be. And that's what the challenge is. Seven of Pentacles energy is out here. You already see, based on where your life is right now, that you can accumulate some shit, that you can make some shit pile up. Well, what if you piled it up in a different direction? And we already know you can't lie. You don't need nobody else to say it. You can look around your life and say, okay, well, my power doing something. It's sure doing something. Shit piling up. Okay, do it in the other direction then. Knight of Cups energy, it was just a little sample. It was just a taste, just for you to taste and see that you do have power. Now, what are you going to do with it? Eight of Swords energy. Are you going to sit and stew in this shit? Or are you going to get up, get out, and get something? That's what's on this board. The Star card energy is out here. Incredibly, exceedingly, and abundantly above what you ask or think is what God promised you. That's what God promised you. And are you going to go get it? A angel number, or are you going to wait for somebody to bring it to you? Hermit card energy. Like I said, ain't nobody coming to save you, so you might as well get moving. Page of Wands energy. The Ace of Wands at the bottom of the deck. This is a call to action, a call to get you out of this executive dysfunction. And maybe you can't do what you want to do right now. The big thing that you want to do, renovate the bathroom or buy some new furniture for the living room or whatever that big thing is, but you can start small. You can open up a window. You can open up a door. You can sit in silence and reset your nervous system. That's the first step to the rest of your life. This is what I'm tapped into. Ever grateful for the opportunity to share the gift. I always hope I'm saying something that helps. Something very much, something that helps. Y'all double tap that screen and share the live so we can share this love. And we're going to get some more messages for the collective. You have to let me know how this is resonating for you. I really appreciate you tapping in, tuning in, and turning up. I am grateful for your time. I always hope I'm saying something that helps. Remember that my intentions are to create conditions that promote health, wealth, and abundance. I do that by helping others to overcome the pitfalls that I've landed into. And if I'm saying something that helps, guys, double tap that screen, share this live, and hit the subscribe button. I am so grateful. I am ever grateful for you. Let me get a drink. Let me get a drink here. And let's see. I want to try this other pairing that I have and see how they work well together, right? I got this Everyday Witch Oracle card, Oracle deck. I don't know if you've ever seen it or played with it before, but I also have like the matching tarot cards to go with it. So let's see what messages it has for the collective. Thank you so much. Is it Anarchy? Girl, wow, I'm dyslexic. Thank you so much for tapping in, tuning in, and turning up. I appreciate you subscribing. Grateful to change the energy. Angels, archangels, ancestors, and spirit guides that wish to see us walk the highest path out here for the greatest good. What is the most important message for the Divine Collective? I'm going to pull 3 cards from this deck. So what is the most important message for the Divine Collective? What do they need to know most to walk the highest path out here for the greatest good? Imagine and envision is what the card says. And immediately makes me feel like the power of your mind is no joke. What you focus on, what you give energy to in your imagination, manifests and materializes in your life, okay? So be aware of what you're thinking. Take stock. Is that the right word? Like, take stock of your thoughts and understand that your thoughts are manifesting and materializing quickly at this time. Imagine and envision your ideal self. Okay? Give me some more energy. Angels, archangels, ancestors, and spirit guides, that we should see us walk the highest path out here for the greatest good, cleansing body and spirit. The first step toward you manifesting and materializing what you are envisioning is to remove everything energetically that's blocking you. So a lot of times when you feel like you have brain fog, you feel writer's block, maybe you feel a lack of motivation, again, that executive dysfunction that we were talking about, a spiritual bath, a good spiritual cleanse, whether it's formulating a ritual that you do regularly to remove negative energy, or if you just set your intentions over a tub of water and just envision that water removing and revealing every low vibrational entity in your energy. It's a good thing. It's a very powerful tool for bringing clarity into your life. Give me two more cards on here. Well, one more card. It says prosperity and abundance. So what you're envisioning in your mind's eye right now, you're more than capable. It reminds me of that Nine of Pentacles card. Jody Mama sitting in her garden, right? What you're envisioning in your mind's eye, you're more than capable of manifesting and materializing. The most powerful and important step on this path is removing what's blocking you. I'm going to talk about the movie Baby Boy for a second, because I want to use this card as a reference. And then if you were here a few moments ago, then you saw my personal Nine of Pentacles from my own deck, where I have Jody Mama from the movie Baby Boy sitting in her garden drinking wine too. And so in that movie, she had just dealt, if you pay attention to the movie, Jody's brother wasn't in the movie, but he had a brother who he lost, who passed away, who must have died due to gun violence or some shit like that, right? And so Jody was trying to emotionally manipulate his mother in regards to making him letting her live with him, letting him live with her, or feeling entitled to her home or her resources because of that loss that she had just gone through. He was trying to emotionally manipulate her to allow him to cross her boundaries because of the past that they shared together in that tragic loss. And that's what Spirit is saying you need to remove, right? What people are going to try to use to emotionally manipulate you. If you can still be handcuffed by that. A practical example of that for me in my personal life is I've lost custody of my oldest child. Now, with that being said, if somebody wanted to put me in a state where I would lose confidence or something like that, they could easily bring up, hey, you did this thing, you went to jail, you did all of these things, right? If I hadn't done the healing work, if I hadn't cleansed the entity and energetic attachments that are associated, the feelings of guilt and shame that you have to heal when you go through shit like that, then anytime somebody would bring it up, no matter what I'm doing in life, where I am, what's going on, it would immediately take me away from where I am to where they want me to be. And so your spirit team is wanting you to clear that fog, clear those energetic attachments that people will try to use to bring up guilt and shame in your life, to handcuff you to a version of yourself that you aren't anymore. Affirmation for healing the heart. You got to forgive yourself for the shit that you've done in the past, because I promise you, if you don't forgive yourself, people in this world, mama, daddy, sister, brother, cousin, friend, it don't matter who it is, they're going to try to use that shit against you. And even if they not trying to use that shit against you, in your mind and in your heart, you will feel like they are. Make a move. Because you got the magic and you got the power, and what you want to see in your mind's eye, you have the capacity to manifest and materialize in your life. But if those energetic attachments from the past, show up at the wrong moment, they could stop you. They could stop you dead in your track. So get rid of them. Do what you need to do with them. Cleanse them. Heal them. Restore yourself so that you're ready to move forward. And you feel like, what? Despite what I've done in the past, that's what it is. That's what it's going to break down to, right? Despite the things that you feel like you've done wrong in the past, know that you deserve to receive good things in your present. You understand what I'm saying? Despite the things that you feel like you've done wrong in the past, know that you deserve to still receive your flowers. Okay? Ever grateful for the opportunity to share the gift. I always hope I'm saying something else. Maybe not this deck. Maybe this one. I think a lot of you are dealing with projections from the external world, and that can affect your confidence. It can affect the way you maneuver through the world. But if you haven't forgiven yourself for some of the things that you've done in the past, then those worldly projections that just happen in like everyday life will have a greater effect on you than normal. So be aware of that. Angels, archangels, ancestors, and spirit guides that wish to see us walk the highest path for the greatest good. What is the most important message from our divine collective? What do they need to know most to walk the highest path for the greatest good? We're going to go into some elemental energies after. We're going to go into some elemental energies after this session. Okay, earth, air, fire, water. Pop the question. Listen, it's going to be some good things coming into you in your life. Maybe a job offer, an opportunity to move, an opportunity to purchase like something larger, like get a bigger warehouse for your business or buy a larger home for your family, right? But if you don't believe you deserve it, it's going to be an impediment in your path, right? It's self-sabotage that's showing up significantly. Fake news, fake pregnancy, fake DNA, like this gift that comes from a divine place that God is saying, here, I got this shit for you. It's like you won't believe it's real. That's what I'm tapped into. Police station energy is out here because it really feels like with that police station, it feels like being hemmed up or being chained or being bound or held back or restrained from what you actually capable of and what you actually want to be. You got to forgive yourself. You got to forgive yourself or people going to steady hold you hostage or steady try to convict you of what you was in the past. Faith, healing, and meditation. I strongly recommend to everybody who this reading is resonating with a good spiritual bath. And whether that is developing an herbal mixture where you make a tea and you pour that tea in the water and you see all of the binds and all of the things that have tied you up being broken off of you, or if you just talk to the water and you just say, hey, some people do things differently. You say to the water, hey, I need you to remove and take away off of me everything that's blocking me. It's going to be different for each of you, but it needs to be done for everyone, right? Karmic lessons. And then there's also this like logical, like it's like logic. It's not going to be like a spiritual thing that happens at all. You have to realize that your past does not define you, and you have to forgive yourself for the things that you feel guilt and shame around, and side hustle, and then get back to it, and then get right back into the thick of it. And when you go get that money, and when you go get that house, and when you go get that partner, know that you deserve it. Fed up. There's a lot of emotional manipulation coming through where there are people who you are in connection to, like family, friends, and close relatives that are emotionally manipulating you. And it's leading to a type of self-sabotage where energetically you don't believe that you deserve the good things that's coming to you. And so if you're making agreement spiritually that you don't deserve the things that are coming to you emotionally or energetically, you're repelling them. You're pushing them away. Angels, archangels, ancestors, and spirit guides that wish to see us walk the highest path out here for the greatest good. Let's see if we can get some of this companion deck energy. I like this energy. Good things are coming to you, or good things want to come towards you. You have to be open to receive. If you're feeling like you're not open to receive, it could be due to self-sabotage or other strongholds that are taking root in your mind. And so dealing with those strongholds from a spiritual perspective, releasing yourself from guilt and shame is going to be a most powerful tool. A spiritual bath. A spiritual bath. Being like giving yourself permission to show gratitude and thanks for the good things that you get, even though you don't deserve it. That's grace. When they talk in the Bible about grace and mercy, your grace and mercy brought me through. Grace is undeserved, is unmerited favor. That's what grace is. It means you don't deserve it. As a matter of fact, I'm giving you this because you don't deserve it. It's grace. God gives you grace because of who God is. And so the things that you feel like you don't deserve because you got guilt and shame, you're probably right. You don't deserve it. But God's still going to give it to you. Not because of who you are, but because who you are to God. That's what this is. Grace is unmerited favor. And that's what we all getting over on, because it's by grace and not by merit that people are saved. And that's Bible, baby. Angels, archangels, ancestors, and spirit guides that wish to see us walk the highest path for the greatest good. What is the most important message for my divine collective? What do they need to know most to walk the highest path for the greatest good? Thank you. The Six of Cups energy is out here. Some of you are holding on to like just stuff from your childhood, right? So like the way that this is affecting you in your adult life, you might not even recognize and realize that it comes from unhealed childhood trauma. Six of Cups energy is out here, inner child nostalgia. The Magician card energy is out here with the Ace of Pentacles. It could be something like you had a parent in your life and they would get very angry. And when they would get very angry, it would scare you. It would like traumatize you. And they would say something like, you ain't gonna never be shit. Or you're gonna be just like your daddy. Or you ain't gonna never have shit. You think you're so pretty. That whatever they would say, it affects you to this day. So now let's say they said something like, you think you're so pretty. You fast ass little girl. So now when you getting ready to get dressed to go out, you hear that voice playing in your mind and you don't get as pretty as you could get. You internally self-sabotage. When you're getting ready to go and apply for that job that's going to pay you that salary, that's going to afford you that luxurious house for you and your family, you hear that voice. You hear that voice from when you was a child saying, you ain't going to be shit. You going to be just like your daddy. Y'all ain't going to never have shit. Da, 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 da. And so you don't go apply for that job, or you apply for that job and you self-sabotage in the interview because you don't answer the questions in the way that you would in your full confidence because you still hearing that nagging voice. This is what I'm tapped into. And your spirit team is wanting you to go back to that inner child that was broken and heal them and say, hey, inner child, right now in your adult life, you got the opportunity for expansion and abundance. Ace of Pentacles energy, things can grow in your life. It's gonna take your nurturing. It's gonna take you and all of your confidence and all of your ability to give some time and energy to that, and it'll produce results. That's what this is. But that inner voice, it's like your inner voice has been taken over by it feels like there was somebody in your life who was like, they don't realize and recognize what they casted over you. You know how people think fuck and shit is a cuss word? But really, a curse is like, you ain't gonna never be shit. You gonna be just like your daddy. Y'all ain't gonna never have nothing. That type of energy. It's those curses. It's those curses that were projected over you when you were young and little that are affecting your growth the most. This is what I'm tapped into. Five of Pentacles energy is out here because even though when you're going through the motions of having nice things and being the highest version of yourself, that voice, you still hear that voice in your head. So when you're taking the action steps behind what you desire to manifest, you're doing it with shrinking, like without the confidence. In your mind, you're like, it's not gonna work anyway. I don't really deserve this house. I don't really deserve this job. I don't really deserve this partner. I don't really deserve this happiness. And until you heal that inner voice that's telling you that, it's gonna be difficult for you to manifest. That's what this feels like. Queen of Wands energy is out here with the Five of Cups. And some of you is just about realizing that voice of that ugly stepmother is still playing on repeat in your head so that you can change the script, so that you can flip the script. This is what I'm tapped into. I like this energy because coming towards you is a lot of prosperity and abundance and more than what you deserve, but do you believe it? And if you believe it, do you believe that you deserve it? Because you could be like self-sabotaging. There's this spirit of self-sabotage that's affecting you. And the way that this self-sabotage has been going on for year and year and year and year and year after year after year, you think it's coming from outside of yourself. You think a motherfucker doing witchcraft on you. You think somebody's sending negative energy on you. You feel like the whole world is against you. Everybody working against you, plotting, planning, and scheming against you. It's your own fucking mind. And when you quell those incessant thoughts in your mind, then you'll be able to manifest and materialize what you desire in this physical realm. That's what this feels like. The Lover's card. Ever grateful for the opportunity to share the gift. I always hope I'm saying something that helps. 666 angel number. Thank you so much for your time. Your time is a very precious resource. Something that you don't easily get back. So every moment that we exchange with one another, I want you to know that I appreciate you. And I hope I'm saying something that helps. Let's do some elements. Earth, air, fire, and water. Thank you for tapping in, tuning in, and turning up. I really appreciate your time. Consistency, guys. Consistency is the key that is opening up doors in your life at this time. So be consistent. That's going to be your most powerful path forward, okay? Okay. Okie dokie. How y'all doing out there? I'm going to take a little commercial break. We'll be back just in a few moments with your regularly scheduled program. While I'm on this commercial break, I'm gonna just pull some random oracle cards and come up and see what comes up. You feel like there's a monitoring spirit in your house. What should you do? Give it a show. Like if you feel like there's a monitoring spirit in your life, then likely the spirit monitors. Baby, you'll bring me a bottle of water. Then likely the spirit is like you. It's monitoring you, and you like the idea of seeing you will stop you from showing up. Like, oh, if they're watching me do my makeup, I'm not gonna put my makeup on like how I would normally put my makeup on. Or if they watching me sing, I'm not gonna hit that note how I would normally hit that note. If they watching me, work on my play, I'm not gonna, write how I would normally write or be as comedic as I would normally be. Give them a fucking show. Bend it over, toot that ass up, and spread your cheeks since they fucking want to see so bad. What you got, a cigar? Thank
you. You want this bowl, domino bowl.
But it's in a aluminum pan, so it can't put it in a microwave. Close the door. All right. While we on this commercial break, let's do an oracle reading. I got this junky oracle deck from, it's this lady I watch on YouTube. I can't remember her name right now. Mystic Beauty. It's right here on the top of the card. Mystic Beauty. Y'all might want to check out her channel. Maybe you even want to get this oracle deck, but let's see what comes out. Angels, archangels, ancestors, and spirit guides. Bend it over. Toot your ass up, bend it over, and spread your ass cheeks. Do they think if they watching you gonna stop doing something? Or you're not gonna be who you are, or you're not gonna let them see what God look like coming through you? No, give them a fucking show. They'll get enough of fucking watching. They'll get enough of that shit. Toot that thing up, mommy, let it roll. Once you pop, lock, drop it in, mommy, let it show. Emperor card energy is out here, okay? The Emperor card is the first card out in this oracle spread. Pop the question card came out in the last spread. So definitely moving, like aligning with your divine assignment. Wrong way on Emperor card energy is out here. Angels, archangels, ancestors, and spirit guides that wish to see us walk the highest path out here for the greatest good. Energetically, to me, it feels like don't give your power up. That's what it feels like. It feels like if you're a woman and you get into a relationship with somebody and they make you feel very safe, a lot of times the natural inclination is to let them take control, right? Let them take the reins. I feel safe around you. Oh, I'll just completely lose track of time and lose track of direction. I don't even know where I am right now, right? That's not going to be your most powerful path forward. Baby, please come back. Welcome back. There's this energy in this session that has to do with someone liking you in your power. You know what I mean? This particular divine masculine likes your leadership capacities. They like your tenacity. They like the fact that you aren't like most girls, right? That's how this feels to me energetically. Divine time out with goddess wisdom, right? If you think of the way the world propagandizes femininity, and they say that femininity, a woman is to be seen, not to be heard. But then when you think of the actual way that a woman moves, the creative energy that she, her almost hysterical nature, right? Hysterectomy, the real nature of a woman, right? This person appreciates the goddess in you. They like that womanly, almost lady, I'm a lady or I'm a woman, right? It's like they like that womanly aspect of you. Divine timeout energy is out here with get it out the mud. The strength that is propagandized to hide if you want to move into partnership or something like that. It's like your spirit team is like, no, this person likes that alien. They want that fucking weird ass Aquemini, that weird, they like that weird shit you do. You get up at 3 o'clock in the morning, you go out and you find the moon and you point your third eye up to the moon and you open your arms up like this. You do it every morning for 5 minutes at 3 a.m. They love that shit. You put some things on the table, some decorations or whatever. They move your decoration over 2 centimeters. You say, you touched my fucking decoration. Put it back where it was. They love that shit about you. And it feels like the world propagandizes that. No, that won't be accepted. That won't be appreciated. Like, no, nobody wants that. Shut up, sit down, just be pretty. No, that's not what this person wants. And I feel like inclinations, right? Your natural inclination is to say, okay, this is a person who can lead. This is a person who can, guide. This is a person who can protect and provide. Let them. No, they like to see when you do it. And if they ever need to catch your back, if they ever need to stop you from falling all the way over, or, you know what I mean? But this is somebody who wants to create the room and the space and the opportunity and let you go. This is what I'm tapped into. But if your natural inclination is, well, let me be soft and let me be demure, right? But they want that, alienistic version of you. They create this space and this opportunity for you to be able to go and display that authentic say you do nothing. You sit there and you try to be pretty. They don't want that. They're like, bitch, I made this whole arena for you to do this shit I know you like to do. Do the fucking shit. That's what this is. Star. They love it. Love me, baby. 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 This ain't okay. Cause you don't know what you do to me, between me and you. I feel a chemistry. I don't want no one. Okay, they like that. So when you in your mind, or you in your own personal self, or the world tries to project onto you that you should be small, fit into a box, be like every other person, that's not what this person wants. This person, if they wanted every other person, if they wanted a bad bitch with their body done in a BBL or whatever the fuck, they would have got that. They want you. If they wanted a bad bitch with the BBL and body, they would have got that. They said, no. Give me a Quimini. I want Outcast. I want, that big boy, and I like that mix like that. Yeah, I like it. Give me if they wanted a smoothie, they would have went got a smoothie. They wanted a mango nada. They like that. They like that mix of shit. They want that different shit. They like that. This is what I'm tapped into. So, I feel like the obstacle that you'll face in this opportunity that's coming towards you is that you might want to play the wall, or you might want to try to play the field, or you might feel like, you know what I mean? You know how you get invited to a certain function and it's a black tie affair and you feel like I can't be my normal self up in there. Let me go in there and just act like I got some sense. When the whole reason why they invited you, because they knew you was going to be the life of the party. That's how this feels. Showtime, baby. What the fuck I said to that lady in the chat a little while ago? I said, baby, if you think they want to monitor you, oh, you monitoring some shit? Oh, you watching? Give them a fucking show. They watching? Shh. Bend that ass over, you toot it up. You spread that bitch and make sure they get a good view. The fuck? What they think that's watching gonna do? What is watching gonna do? What is watching going to do but motivate you to put on a fucking show? Show your ass. Shit. Some of y'all got an opportunity coming towards you, and you may be inclined to soften your energy, tone it down a little bit is what I want to say. Don't match nobody's frequency, baby. Set the tone. Angels, archangels, ancestors, and spirit guides that wish to see us walk the highest path out here for the greatest good. On and off again. This divine time out. This lazy Sunday card. Baby, please come back. It's like this person be looking for you. It's like this, I don't know, divine masculine emperor card energy. This motherfucker be looking for you. They be looking for that weird, quirky. They look for that, and they can tell when you toning it down, or when you're matching the frequency, or when you feel like, oh no, this is the version of myself that I need to be in order to, blend into this environment. No, people are bringing you into different environments so that you can let your energy, the tone, the frequency that you bring, have that effect. Right? When you listen to your soul frequencies, you listen to yourself, your soul frequencies, because you want that frequency to bring that effects in your life. This is what I'm tapped into. And I feel like you cut it off sometimes. I feel like when you feel like it's proper, eloquent, ladylike, like I said, you go from being a woman to being a lady, and this person like that woman. They like that woman in you. You know what I mean? Angels, archangels, ancestors, and spirit guides, and we should see us walk the highest path out here for the greatest good. They don't want cookie cutter. They don't want cookie cutter, something that anybody can do, something that you can go buy off of the rack at Nordstrom and just wear. They like the unique, handmade, boutique version of you. That's what this is. Give me some more energy for my divine collective. And when you try to fit into that boutique, when you try to fit into the Nordstrom rack, you lose yourself, a part of you that makes you stand out. This is what I'm tapped into. Sweet talk energy is out here with shocking news and ghosted. And I feel like the message that's coming through from spirit, like the overarching message, is that shadow work that you need to do around why do you feel like you would need to tone it down. Who told you that your frequency was off? Why do you feel like you need to tone it down? And who told you that your frequency was off? Perhaps it was somebody that could never match. It was somebody that could never reach that note. And now here you are, lowering your voice when you when you an opera singer. You supposed to be you what you know people be yodeling. Yodeling. You supposed to be hitting them kind of notes that can't nobody hit with their voice. Is this type of energy that's on this board. So don't be matching nobody's frequency. You're not a part of the choir. You the star of the show. This is what I'm tapped into. Happy Single is out here with Trap. And that idea of fitting into everybody else's idea of what's socially acceptable is like a trap for you. It takes your gifts, it takes that aspect of yourself, of you, that causes you to stand out, and it makes you just like everybody else. What's the fucking difference? So don't never let nobody take that aspect about you that causes you to stand out and cause you to be just like everybody else. That's never the fucking answer. Angels, archangels, ancestors, and spirit guides that wish to see us walk the highest path for the greatest good. Give me some more energy is out here. Yeah, I like this. The Emperor card, sweet talk, married. The gag is, you. It's like, let's say you wear bright colors and everybody else has on neutral tones. Someone goes, you wore bright colors? Oh, you know what I mean? As if insinuating that you completely didn't dress for the engagement. But then the person who threw the party or the person who threw the event comes up to you specifically out of their own mouth over the microphone and say, I love your outfit. You brought so much color to the show. It's this type of energy. Don't never let nobody try to put you into a box that you was made to bust open. Give me some more energy for my divine collective. Angels, archangels, ancestors, and spirit guides that wish to see us walk the highest path out here for the greatest good. This card, this sex addiction card coming up in reverse makes me feel like there are people who are going off of physical things. How you look, you know what I mean? The physicality, how long your hair is, whether you're fair enough or not. What does your smile look like? It's not going to be none of that shit that makes the difference. It's going to be that intangible aspect of you. Do you make them laugh? The way that you make them feel is what they always will remember. They not going to remember what shoes you had on, baby. They not going to remember that you had on the latest designer couture. They're going to remember the way you make them feel. And if you can make them feel a way that nobody else can make them feel, then it's all you. And that other person can have on the latest designer. They could have the BBL body hair. They could have went to the gym and worked it out naturally. It doesn't matter because they won't be able to create the frequency that you can. This is what I'm tapped into. Give me 2 more cards for my collective. Ever Grateful is not going to be about the physical connection. It's so much more than that. This person is a sapiosexual. They not just gonna be attracted to nobody because they beautiful or because they got a lot of money. It takes more than that. They want to know what you got in your spiritual. This person, this divine entity, this divine masculine that's coming toward you, they don't give a fuck about that physical shit. I mean, I'm sure they want you to be healthy. You get what I'm saying? But they understand that the healthiness is going to come from other things being connected. You're not just worried about how you look physically because you want to be the prettiest person in the room. Your physical self is going to be beautiful because you connect to a higher spirit. This is what I'm tapped into. This motherfucker want to see the star in you. Everything that makes you unique. And it can't be bought, sold, and traded on the black market. It can't be taught. You gotta have it. Either you have it or you don't. Often imitated, never duplicated. Give me one more card. Twin flames. And they looking for that. They looking for that special feeling. They looking for that frequency, that tone, that person who fit that glass shoe. And nobody can do it but you. But don't let these hoes talk you into getting no clogs. Don't let these hoes talk you into getting no Crocs. Don't let these hoes talk you into fitting into the status quo. You supposed to set the tone. You not matching no frequencies. This is what I'm tapped into. Fake busy is at the bottom of the deck. Listen, don't give up your power. You know, Don't automatically go into like a soft damsel in distress or a soft puppy when this person comes around. It's obvious that whoever this person is, they got power. And it's like power that's known and palpable. You can feel it, but that don't take nothing away from yours. Understand? And they're going to be impressed by that because powerful people love powerful people. Ever grateful for the opportunity to share the gift. I always hope I'm saying something that helps. So don't let these, you know, don't match the frequency of these weak ass witches. Understand what I'm saying? Don't let these weak ass witches convince you that lowering, lessening, dampening your power is going to be the most powerful path to making this connection. Because it isn't. It's actually going to make this powerful motherfucker look at you like you crazy. Like, why would you act like that? Why would you be little? Why would you be small? Why would you be in a box when you could be so much more? You know what I'm saying? Ever grateful for the opportunity to share the gift. I always hope I'm saying something that helps. We're supposed to be doing elements, but I didn't call out what element that was for. Yeah, you too. Exactly. Red Queen. Thank you. It's only a certain motherfucker that can even fuck with you anyway. You don't have to belittle yourself. You don't have to shrink yourself. You don't have to tone it down. You don't have to shut up. You don't have to watch your words. You don't have to change the way you dress. None of that shit. The person that's for you gonna see you and they gonna appreciate all of that power. They gonna appreciate your personal magnetism. And what they're gonna do is they're gonna make it real safe for you to be able to do it in all your glory. They're not gonna say, don't dress like that. They're gonna say, wear your best outfit. And then they're gonna make sure they right there with you. Right there next to you. Let anybody know if you touch that one, you're going to have to see me. Yeah, they not going to say don't cover your whole self up or don't speak loudly or don't drink. They're going to say, baby, be yourself. You straight when you with me. It's that type of energy. Yeah. And the people in the room going to move out the way when y'all come in together because your energy going to be that big. Not because you're big, not because you're fat or nothing like that, but just because they feel your presence. They're going to move out the way. Watch, who is that? Ever grateful for the opportunity to share the gift. Always hope I'm saying something that helps. Thank you for your time. Your time is a very precious resource, something that you don't easily get back. So every moment that we exchange with one another, I want you to know that I appreciate you. And I hope I'm saying something that helps. Air, fire, water, earth. Can we go in that order? Air, fire, water, earth. I feel like making a mental note, right? Don't let anybody choose what frequency. Choose your frequency. Don't match anybody's frequency. Set the tone. You're not matching no energy. You're not matching no energy. You're creating the vibe. You know? Angels, archangels, ancestors, and spirit guides that wish to see us walk the highest path I hear for the greatest good. Here's the most important message for my divine collective. Starting off with my air signs. Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. Libra, Aquarius, Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. There's been a message coming through a lot for the collective about someone who really feels bad for the way that they treated you when they didn't think you could do shit for them. The way that they treat you when they think you can't do shit for them is how they really fucking feel. Libra, Aquarius, Gemini, when they come back around because they see you up now, you got a little money, you got a little this, a little that, a little car, something like that. The way they really, whether you choose to bless them or not, that's your choice. But you need to know that the truth about how they feel about you is the way that they treated you when they thought you couldn't do shit for them. Okay? Libra, Aquarius, Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, dark goddess energy. Moving into a place to where you understand the gifts. You understand the impact that you have on people's lives when they come into contact with you. It's like you a blessing. Like you have, there's so much abundance that comes through you that the people who are connected to you can not help but to be abundantly blessed by your energy. So you know that. So then with that being said, anybody you got the Midas touch, and anybody who get a chance to rub shoulders with you gets gold, gets a little bit of gold dust on them, and that could be an increase with them. So then there's this dark goddess energy where you have this expectation of receiving. Just like when you go to church, you know you're finna put $1 in that collection plate, right? Whatever it is you have, maybe you're not gonna put $1, $20. I don't know. When I was a kid, my grandmother used to give each of us, we had 2 collections. She'd give us $1 for both collection plate. Either way it go. You know that you're gonna have the offering for the divine when you arrive and ask when you lift up your prayers, right? You're gonna make that offering, you're gonna put that offering in the collection plate. Well, the same thing goes to you. If people know that they can come around you and get blessed, they definitely gonna come around you and get blessed. But if you don't have this goddess-like energy where you know that there should be some type of energetic exchange that benefits you because of it, then people will drain you. Yes, baby.
I like it. Could hit it.
Kurt! Well, how you knew what I was about to say? Don't pat him on his booty. He don't like that. Ever grateful for the opportunity to share the gift. I always hope I'm saying something that helps. It's always something. Libra, Aquarius, Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. What is the most important message? Angels, archangels, ancestors, and spirit guides that wish to see us walk the eyes back for the greatest good. This card has been coming up a lot. Collective, heavy air sign energy, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. And the question that it poses is, who the fuck put you in a rush? Who put you in a rush? Who told you? Where did this deadline come from? Like, where did this manic ass energy that makes you feel like, you know what I mean? It's like, you do everything so hard and so fast. which could be at times a good thing, right? But nah, not everything's like just throwing the clothes in the laundry, just wash machine, just putting the laundry detergent in there and the fabric softener, be flatten the shit down, hurry up and go make the bed up. Like, who told you that it had to be so fucking hard and fast? You're causing burnout. It's like, the example that I always use is if you had a fast car, even if you had a Lamborghini, what's the fastest car? Alfa Morero, what it called? Alpha, whatever the fastest car is, I don't know. Okay, you ain't finna drive that bitch with the pedal to the metal all the time. You gonna drive that bitch 40 miles an hour in traffic like everybody else. You finna drive that bitch 35 miles an hour, 70 miles an hour on the interstate. You're not gonna have the pedal to the metal all the time. If it's a Lamborghini, an Alfa Romeo, don't give a fuck what it is. You gonna drive that bitch regular, right? Why are you doing it to yourself? Why is the pedal to the metal in your life? Is it a spirit? Is it an entity? The kid is a bad apple. Is it an entity? Is it a spirit? Is it like voices, nagging voices that are looming in your head from the past that's causing some type of comparison? So you might look at people who already got married, or people who already got kids, or people who are already in a place that you desire to be, and you feel like you got to hurry up, you got to rush. Baby, it's a spirit. Look at this little motherfucker, this little boo-boo looking ass motherfucker. Look at this shit. Who the fuck put you in a rush, and where did that spirit come from? And then look at nature, and then answer me this. Does nature rush? Angels, archangels, give me that card that flew over there. Angels, archangels, ancestors, and spirit guides that wish to see us walk the highest path out here for the greatest good. Both of them. I know you see the other card over there. Best friends energy is out here, right? So the best friend card to me feels like it's how you treat yourself, right? You call somebody your best friend, or you think that somebody is a best friend to you based on how they treat you. A lot of times they'll stand up for you when you don't stand up for yourself, or they'll be willing to do things for you that you're not willing to do for yourself. And so that's what this reading is. Libra, Aquarius, Gemini is asking you, why are you putting yourself in burnout? Why are you putting the pedal to the metal in your life? If somebody tried to do it to your best friend, if somebody tried to do it to one of your children, you will be ready to defend them with your whole life, but you're doing it to yourself.
This candy or not?
That's not candy.
Then what
It's lip gloss.
Oh,
Ancestor gifts. But remember, the things that come from a divine space, you see that peach or that apricot growing on that tree, that shit grow. And it requires time and it requires patience. And more than you can rush, you create certain conditions that allow. And that's what spirit is asking you to do. Rather than you rush yourself into a whole bunch of money, you create conditions. I'm using this charger. How you gonna take the charger I'm using? Rather than rushing yourself.
just check what battery percent is it. You think that one does it.
You know, other movies back in the day, when they'll show the single mother, and she'll be in the house in the ghetto in the hood, and the children just be all in the background and shit. Diaper need to be changed and shit. Hair need to be combed. The mother be sitting at the table. She be sitting at the card table, at the domino table or something. She'll light that cigarette. You know, does life imitate art or does art imitate life? You know? Because right now, in this moment right now, I could feel when that lady was on that movie and she just lit that cigarette, and them children was, and when I first seen that movie, it ain't hit me like it's hitting me right now. And she blew that smoke out, she said, she blew that shit out, she blew it out like that. She blew that smoke out the side of her lip like that right there. And I ain't never felt that more than I feel it right now. Let me get back to this reading. Libra, Aquarius, Gemini energy is out here. So I'd like you to consider that you're dealing with like spiritual entities and energies that are meant to help you. Like I often think that the demons we face in our life are meant to help us discover our greater capacities. I believe that the demons work for God. That's how I look at it. I feel like God put them on assignment, and God like, okay, this one needs to work on this thing. See if they can be tempted like that, and that's what this is. And it's this. It's a rushing spirit, but it makes you do everything hard, and because you're doing everything hard, it's hard on your body, and you need to treat yourself, divine one, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini energy, like you would do your best friend, because you don't play about them. If you give somebody that title, you don't play about no fucking best friend. You mean that whatever is yours is theirs, and if you can, you will. It's this type of energy, but you need to do it for yourself, and you need to give yourself time. I often think of ancestors, and especially if you come from chattel slavery, if you were a descendant in any way of any type of bondage or restraint, right? Then the one thing that your ancestors desired and prayed for and wanted was rest. And they wanted the time. They wanted time and rest. And if you could do anything for your higher self, give them that. That's what's on this board. Dark magic energy is out here. You would be surprised. Another thing is like hyper independence. Like you will be surprised at how radical it is when you start resting. When somebody calls you and you have a very ambitious friend and you're normally that person that's their sounding board, and you hold each other about accountable and you keep each other at this like high performance level, and they call you and they say, well, what are you doing? And you say, oh, I'm not doing anything. I'm doing nothing today. It's almost like, you know what I'm saying? Especially for some people, you know what I mean? How it's radical to rest. Oh, you're not at least, in there messing with them kids. You're not at least washing the dishes. You're not at least work. You're supposed to be working. And when they hear that you're resting, it's radical. And Libra, Aquarius, Gemini, this Energy is about you discovering the transformative power in you resting and how much can happen with that. With you allowing the grace that God gives us that we get to be blessed by to show up in your life. Because we think it's by merit. And if the world gets a chance to tell us, the world will say, oh yeah, you got to work for it. You got to work for it. You got to sweat for it. You got to work hard. You can't just work. You got to work hard. Or when you're black, you got to work 10 times harder than your counterpart. It's this type of energy. It's these little dementors and these little tormentors that are having an effect in your life. Look, now, I told you we just did the scene. Didn't we just do the scene? We just did the scene. Now, bro, don't be overwhelming yourself or burn out. That's the word that they keep saying. Feeling like you're running out of time. Feeling like something that yours is getting away from you. And if you don't hurry up, you're going to miss it because it's not true. And it's that anxiety and it's that pressure and it's that fucking demonic spirit that they put us under that has so much of effect on the entire community. And so I challenge you. Offer yourself some rest. And if you don't want to say it's for you, because you don't need no rest, right? If you don't want to say it's for you, then offer it as a gift to your higher self. When they couldn't rest, when they wanted to. But oppressors and oppression was forcing burnout onto them. It's almost like you do it to yourself now. You don't need an overseer. Speak. I would challenge you to, sometimes it's like, for a lot of you, it's like, I don't know how to do nothing. You know what I'm saying? It almost feels wrong, or it feels like a charge, or it feels bad. Like for to not do nothing, for to reset your nervous system, to allow yourself rest, it feels like, oh no, that's bad, it's wrong. You can't do it. Even if you try to, you find yourself cleaning out the closet. You're supposed to be sitting down, resting your nerves, soaking your feet. Now you up in here cleaning out the closet. What is you doing, lady? You gotta start writing. You got to start writing. You have to start journaling. You have to get out of your head and get into your hands, but still rest your feet. And that's what this is. That motherfucking throat chakra underactive. And because your other chakras are active, and so you got that willpower, that creative center is working. Your heart chakra is working. Your crown chakra is working. So you feel like you got to be working. But when you want to say something, you feel like, oh, so you get to moving. That's what this is. Libra, Aquarius, Gemini, broken heart energies out here, and it comes across as like it's subconsciously all of this. What you're doing is performative. It's you're doing these things to hide a certain truth that you don't want to be seen. Because if I show up as excellent and astute in every other area in my life, then you won't see my broken inner child. Then you won't see that little girl who misses that her daddy was never there. You won't see that little girl who wanted her mother to be home when she got home from school, but her mother had to be at work, wanted to try out for cheerleading practice, but had nobody to take her back. You won't see that broken inner child. You won't see that aspect of my broken heart. If I'm perfect in every other area, I'm up at 5 a.m., I exercise, I'm polished, I'm posh, I have the designer bags, I have the designer car, but you burnt out. Libra, Aquarius, Gemini energy. And it's like there's something about you embracing this radical, whatever this side of yourself where for whatever reason I feel like it's criminalized and it's demonized. Restoration, just feeling like you deserve to receive for not doing any fucking thing. Just because you're beautiful, you can lay all day, you can lay on the poolside and have nice things happen to you too. Why not you? Why everybody else get to experience that but not you? And it's time to do some shadow work around it. Because it's now you're doing it on your own. The oppressor and the overseer does not have to make sure you're putting yourself in burnout, that you're burnt out. You're doing it to yourself. And you need to do some shadow work as to around why. Because it's performative. Because if I'm excellent, if I show up and I'm the highest paid, highest educated, most healed, going to therapy person in the nation, then they won't see my brokenness. Ever grateful for the opportunity to share the gift. I always hope I'm saying something that helps. And so it's like, it's time for you to speak up. And I feel like, when you start talking, what's going to come out? And you might be a little bit trepidatious around that, but it probably needs to be heard. I feel like you got a lot to say. And you've been silent, so you go into hyper independence and hyper excellence because you can't say what you want to say, and you feel like if I just show them better than I can tell them, I don't have to say nothing. But your spirit team saying, no, it's time to learn how to talk. And maybe you a little bit, like I said, trepidation about saying what you need to say. It's gonna hurt a few feelings. It's gonna put egg on a few people's face, but it probably need to be heard. Libra, Aquarius, Gemini, I'm so grateful for the opportunity to share the gift. I always hope I'm saying something else. Let's get some oracle on this. Y'all tap in, tune in, and turn up. I appreciate your time because otherwise, the things that you will do to cope, take you away from your divine self. We talked about the lady in the cigarette, and then she blew that shit out the side of her motherfucking mouth like, I don't know, Jesus. I just don't know, Lord. If you could just, your humble servant, Jesus, coming to you in prayer. There must be another misunderstanding. I don't know what this is, Lord, but if you could please just make a way, God. And I don't know who told you that time was running out. I don't know who told you that you had a deadline, but I promise you, God, that things grow. I need you to look at nature. And then I need you, after you look at nature and you realize you got all the time you need to do and manifest and materialize, then I want you to consider what has you otherwise. What has you thinking otherwise? What connections, when you think of agreements and contracts and how relationships mean that we come into agreement and contracts, what agreements and contracts have you spellbound and have you believing that you're running out of time and have you disconnected from your divine feminine energy and not feeling like you deserve to receive even if you don't perform? Because that's what this is. This dark goddess, dark feminine energy mean Medusa. These niggas, they wishing they knew you. Bitch, you gonna come over here, you gonna give me something. Or you don't come at all. And I'm good with that. Because it's somebody else that's coming, and when they come, they finna pop it up, pop it off, pop it up. And being okay with that. Because who told you had to perform for it? Whatever it is, whatever energy exchange you desire, who told you had to perform for it when nobody else is? This one I'm talking to. Memories card energy is out here. And so first I want you to recognize and realize that somebody put you on a time constraint that don't really exist, and that you hyper performing or hyper like seeking some type of hyper excellence as a way of transactionally saying what was understood, or not really using your throat chakra in the ways that it needs to be used, and you need to speak up for yourself, and then you need to expect to receive, because you know that God wants you to receive good things, and that'll help you to release yourself from the people, places, things, ideas that have you in bondage, and this bondage almost leading you to some type of breakdown, bro. Breakdown because you burning out. Moving on, letting go, free. Angels, archangels, ancestors, and spirit guides that wish to see us walk the highest path out here for the greatest good. Give me some tarot on this for the Libra, Aquarius, Gemini energy. Queen of Pentacles energy is out here. The Queen of Pentacles has everything that she needs. Her nervous system is balanced, and she's very resourceful. She uses her time wisely. She uses her resources wisely. Page of Wands energy is out here with the Hermit card, right? It's the Queen of Pentacles is like she's responsible. She's personally responsible for herself. There's not a lot of expectation for anyone else to do anything for her. She understands that she has what she needs to produce what she desires. The Hermit card energy is out here with the Page of Wands. Your spirit team is asking that with the wisdom and resources that you have accumulated, that you step outside of your comfort zone. And it feels like your comfort zone might not be very comfortable because it's filled with the projections of what other people expect of you. And in this comfort zone, you can't even speak. You just hyper perform. You just like put your best self on every day, all the time. So much so where you burnt out, right? And nobody can see the real you. That's what this feels like. High Priestess energy is out here with the Hermit card. 10 of Pentacles energy is out here with the Queen of Pentacles. 9 of Cups energy is out here with the Page of Wands. Not only will you discover the ability to curate a certain lifestyle, live how you want to live, have what you want to have, go when you want to go, how you want to go, a personal freedom, so to say, right? Not only will you have that, but you'll have this personal fulfillment, and you'll feel like you found some type of purpose if you choose to step out of your comfort zone. If you choose to step out of not necessarily a comfort zone, just this place that has been so familiar to you. That's what this feels like. Knight of Wands, Empress energy is out here. You know how a fish can only grow as large as the tank that it's in, but then when you put it in a larger pond or you put it in a lake or something like that, it can get much bigger. It's like when you put yourself in these different waters, in these waters that don't look like performing to receive, but being in alignment and in connection with people who just want you to receive because of who you are, you'll find purpose, and you'll find prosperity, and you'll find peace. That's what this feels like. Page of Swords energy is out here, which is something that you likely been looking for quite some time. Libra, Aquarius, Gemini energy is out here. King of Wands energy is out here. King of Wands, you've done everything that you need to do to demonstrate what your capacity is. And if you think nobody can't see it, then it's just because they're choosing to ignore it. And so this radical transformation asks you and invites you to see what it looks like to allow yourself to rest. And even in that rest, still receive. Who put you in a rush? Who put you in a rush? Who told you there was a deadline? Because that's just not true. Godly things grow. There's a time and a season. You can't put no rush on it. Ever grateful for the opportunities to share the gift. I always hope I'm saying something that helps. Libra, Aquarius, Gemini, let me know how that resonated for you. And fire signs.
Mom.
What, Apollo?
I said, can you give me some medicine?
Yeah, what kind of medicine you need?
You can fever one because I have a fever.
Oh, okay.
Am I hot?
Not at all.
Then why am I sweating?
I don't know, your face not hot. Your ear is actually cold. Maybe you need to go lay down.
Yeah, that's why.
Are those cards? I don't understand the question. And maybe I missed the question when you typed it, and it's been like 5 minutes since then. But I don't understand the question. Apollo, what you need?
Just showing my body besides what's the pink one.
Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. Angels, archangels, ancestors, and spirit guides. So we should see us walk the highest path out here for the greatest good. What is the most important message for Leo, Aries, Sagittarius? What does Leo, Aries, Sagittarius need to know most to walk the highest path out here for the greatest good? Once again, patience is a virtue. You're not on a deadline. Once again, it's important to heal your throat chakra. You know what I mean? Actively give intentions to restoring your throat chakra to a place of balance. And then there's growth. There's something about divine timing and not yours that's showing up. And it also feels like you jump into conclusions, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, like you thinking that, let's say you order something online and you feel like it's not coming. You're not going to get it. You got scammed. They got you. You ordered these shoes. You thought they was coming through. They haven't come. It's like patience. Like you're not giving something enough time and you're jumping to conclusions energetically. And it's like anxiety or fretting. And you're worried about something that, like my mama would say, cross that bridge when you get there. You're worried about something tomorrow and you haven't even finished today. Angels, archangels, ancestors, and spirit guides that wish to see us walk the highest path out here for the greatest good. Hustle and flow. Let me read this card. It says, when you put in the work, the dream starts to believe in you too. Dreams demand sacrifice, but the hustle molds your destiny. So I have this image in my tarot deck as well, and that's the Four of Pentacles in my card in my deck, and it has to do with like the people, places, things, and ideas that hold you back. That's supposed to be lifting you up. It also has to do with like when you're in a minor arcana emperor energy, so you have this capacity to be a boss or be a leader or be a star in your own right, manifest and materialize your dreams in your own right. But the things that are close to your heart are stopping you from moving forward, right? Broken heart energy is out here, hustle and flow. And I feel like this is spirit asking you to speak up. You know what I mean? Speaking up doesn't necessarily mean that there's somebody that you have to confront. It means that you are honest with yourself, that you're self aware about your triggers, so you're able to move forward and not be impeded, like not let your triggers be an impediment. That's what this feels like. Vision board energy is out here. Like, I like this energy. I like that. Number one, you have the capacity to become the star or the leader or the boss that you feel like you have in your own right, right? You right about that, right? Number two, your ancestors are behind you, right? But there's some like healing that you need to focus on, like paradigms and principles that you agree with that need to shift. When you think of this blue and you think of this like throat chakra energy, you know what I mean? That has to do with air sign, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini energy. Your thoughts become your words. Your thoughts become your words. And so there are some things. Guard your heart. Guard your heart, because out of it springs the issues of life. There are some things that you are holding close to your heart that are causing blockages in what you want to manifest and materialize in your life. That's what I'm tapped into. Leo, Aries, Sagittarius energy is out here, but you have the capacity to manifest and materialize what you desire. Ancestors, transitions, my sunshine has come, and I'm all cried out, and there's no more rain in this cloud. It's like your spirit team is saying, if you let the tears from this situation and our circumstances be intentional and use them to water the things that you'd like to see grow in your life, then you can have everything you motherfucking wish for. That's what it looks like. But you got to realize and recognize what's happening in your heart. It's going to take some self-awareness. And when you realize the things in your heart that you have some type of affection and affinity to, when you recognize what's holding you back, love and respect yourself enough to cut the cords. That's what I'm tapped into. Is in freedom. Freedom, freedom. Attraction energies out here. Okay, from your look at what the name was? Saint and stack and smoke. Smoke and stack. Stack and smoke. Magnetic energy, confidence, charm, and undeniable attraction. I like it because I feel like what you manifest and materialize for your life, you definitely have the magnetism to attract it to your life. But there are certain things that you're ignoring that you need to heal. And number one, don't rush. You didn't get like this overnight. You didn't develop an addiction or an affinity or a spirit attachment in one night. So you're not going to get rid of it that quick. That's what this feels like. Just know the angels, your archangels, your ancestors, or your spirit guides are right there with you, assisting you along in this ascension. The letter A is showing up significantly. Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, ever grateful for the opportunity to share the gift. I always hope I'm saying something that helps. I think healing your throat chakra in this reading has more to do with like changing your thoughts, dealing with strongholds, so you can manifest and materialize what you desire. A lot of the strongholds you will become more aware of when you really face the fact that something hurt you. Allow yourself to be vulnerable. Someone hurt you. And when you stop painting pictures over your life and you really live in the moment, you'll be able to see. And from that, you'll be able to heal certain aspects of yourself. Right? Dream big. This is what I see your dreams manifesting. What I see is you have the magnetism. You have the personal power, the energy, the flux of energy to manifest the things that you desire. Love child energy is out here with shady. It will depend on whether or not you can shield yourself from distractions. This romance card to me, it looks like fun or whatever, like sweet, you know what I mean? But it's also a painted picture, right? Like if you look, you'll see the brush strokes or whatever it is like that. So it's not reality, it's a painted picture. So somebody painting you pictures. And rather than living in the actual factual reality, you live it in like a photograph or somebody else's vision of what it is. Don't let nobody curate your life for you. This motherfucking fake busy card This goddamn fake busy card keeps coming up for this collective. Round and round energy is out here. What is this fake busy energy, spirit? It's on broken heart. It really, really feels like there's this aspect of yourself that's trying to ignore what you need to heal. Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. You got this fake busy card came up on this pile that says like being in a rush or patience or whatever it is like that. So I feel like you're keeping yourself busy or performing in some way, like excellent, like being hyper vigilant about the levels and the standards that you meet because you try to ignore an aspect of yourself that needs healing. This is what I'm tapped into. Be careful of finding yourself like caught up in a trap. Right? Love child is out here with shady, round and round, like stuck in a time loop, putting yourself in bondage because you're easily distracted, is what that feels like. Secluded is out here with trap, and be careful of leaving yourself like along with your thoughts. Like just letting your thoughts run free without having like you can use the Bible, you could use Nag Hammadi, you could use any kind of ancient scriptural spiritual text in order to keep yourself in alignment with something that has actually helped people to heal their hearts for hundreds and thousands of years, right? Is this type of energy. Self-love energy is out here with losing sleep and pop the question. This pop the question card has been coming up a lot too. Feeling like shit for the collective. Okay, a lot of like mixed feelings and mixed emotions happening for Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. Your most powerful path forward is to eliminate distractions. Eliminating distractions will help you realize the time loops that you've been stuck in. A lot of your time loops are connected to like an unhealed aspect of your broken heart. That's going to require you to be vulnerable. Being vulnerable can sound like a type of weakness. You might be running away from that. But when you heal that paradigm, right, that thought form that tells you that that's smart or that's right, you'll be able to come out of this painted picture and live in the present. Give yourself more self-love. With that self-love that you give yourself, you'll be able to reset your nervous system. We've been talking all day about like resetting your nervous system, getting some fucking rest, doing nothing on purpose, and then these opportunities that are available to you will seem more viable. Is that what I want to say? I want to say, okay, like somebody might pop a question to you today, you'll be like, oh hell no, get your ass back. Because there's unhealed aspects of yourself that cause you to feel like everything is out to get you, and you will think that it's a threat, right? You'll think that it's a trap. But when you do the necessary healings, when you focus on your throat chakra, when you change your thoughts and you change your words, when this question is popped, you'll see it as an opportunity. This is what I'm tapped into, and you won't feel rushed. You won't feel like it's going to be a dramatic shift that changes your whole day. But right now, you're avoiding this whole experience right now. You're avoiding the entire experience with this fake busy card. And in order to like really focus on what God has for you, you have to ignore the distractions. Will reset your nervous system because that's what has you feeling like shit. And at the bottom of the deck, right, make a wish. Wish is coming true. It was another card out here that had that similar energy where it was like, not this one, that had this similar energy where it's like, your hands being open to receive. A lot of mixed energy, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. The first step is eliminating the distractions so you give yourself space and opportunity to be vulnerable. Let's get some tarot on this. Double tap that screen and share the live. And let me know how this is resonating. My intentions are to create conditions that promote health, wealth, and abundance. I do that by helping others to overcome the pitfalls that I've landed in. If I'm saying something that helps, double tap the screen and share the live. The King of Wands energy is out here. The King of Wands is the type of person that doesn't take no for an answer. They recognize it's like I dominate these time constraints or I'm dominating my demons. It's not running from the problem or running from the obstacle, but realizing that it's an opportunity. The World card energy is arguing with the Three of Swords. A lot about broken hearts, a lot about broken spirits, a lot about shady energies. Don't run away from this pain or run away from this, what you think is a negative experience. Face it so you can realize what you're supposed to learn from it. Give me some more energy out here for Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, Queen of Swords, right? It's like your spirit team is wanting you to face it so you can realize what you're supposed to learn from it. Give me some more energy. Like I said earlier, I said that what we consider demons, I believe they work for the divine, and they're meant to teach us what we're capable of dominating. Seven of Wands energy is out here. Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. Seven of Wands with the King of Wands, that's 8 Wands. It means if there's some type of race or there's some type of competition or there's some type of group of people who's working or coming together against you to stop you from being on top or being number one. The 7 of Wands with the King of Wands is 8 Wands. That means that, baby, you're a firework. One of them shots that you shoot is going to land. So Keep bussing. Emperor card, as I'm saying that, baby. The Eight of Wands is an archer who's shooting arrows, trying to hit the bullseye. But they've taken multiple shots so that one of their flaming arrows will hit. And that's what I see. Emperor card energy. I see one of them shots you shooting landing. That's what I'm tapped into. So go off. Ten of Wands energy is out here. Seven of Wands, that's 8 wands. King of Wands, that's 9 wands. I also feel like you're being persecuted. Like I feel like there are a group of people coming against you to try to change the narrative or to try to criminalize or criticize what you're curating and creating. But if they had the power to cancel you, they wouldn't need to group up. That's what you need to know. You know what I mean? It's like the way a peacock will make his feathers fan out to make himself seem bigger to whatever other bird is around, that so they won't steal his girl. It's like this person is trying to, or this group of people trying to make themselves seem bigger because they really can't do shit. This is what I'm tapped into. Give me two more cards out here for Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. Two of Cups energy is out here, and the same people who are mocking you will later be coming to you to try to find out how you do. Page of Pentacles energy is either Two of Cups, Two of Pentacles, what you do. And you the type of person that you will give it to them because they could never do it just like you. Ever grateful for the opportunity to share the gift. I always hope I'm saying something that helps. What is the most important message for my divine collective? Listen, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, I am so grateful for your time. I'm grateful for the energy, grateful for the love and support. I hope I've said something that helps. Let me know. That's the other card I was talking about. Let me know how this resonates for you. The ancestors are showing up repetitively for the collective. Ancestors' gift. King of Wands energy showing up repetitively for the collective. This energy has been showing up all day about being matered. You're trying to avoid something. Like you're keeping yourself busy to avoid like facing a certain reality about yourself. Like you don't want to hear your inner thoughts, or you don't want to hear what your inner narrative is saying, but listening to that energy, right? Listening to that energy is going to be like what opens up the path to make your wishes coming true, right? Be vulnerable. And if you can't be vulnerable with anything outside of yourself, at least be vulnerable to you, with you, right? That's what this feels like. Thank you so much for allowing me in your energy. I sincerely appreciate your love and support. Thank you so much for tapping in, tuning in, and turning up. I appreciate the time. Time being such a very precious resource, something that we don't easily get back every moment that we exchange one another. I want you to know that I appreciate you, and I hope I'm saying something that helps. Libra, Aquarius, Gemini, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. Let me know how that resonated for you. Water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Thank you for tapping in, tuning in, and turning up. My intentions are to create conditions that promote health, wealth, and abundance. I do that by helping others to overcome the pitfalls that I've landed in. If I'm saying something that helps, y'all double tap that screen and share it out. I was just thinking about the reading I did for Libra, Aquarius, Gemini, and it was like about the Libra, Aquarius, Gemini doing something so hard and so fast and always being in a rush. And really, when you slow down and you take your time, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini goes so much better. I just noticed it when I was shuffling, like, trying to hurry up and shuffle. And then when I said, let me just hold on and shuffle. You know what I mean? It was so much easier. So listen, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini, it don't have to be hard and it don't have to be fast. Take it easy. And we're on water signs, water babies. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. And let's get a message. Angels, archangels, ancestors, and spirit guides. Energetically, what I can feel is people being intimidated by your gifts, capacities. Even so much so as to try to set up set up a failure, to dig a hole for you to fall into, so to say. I also see people working together, or maybe it's not people working together as much as it is more than one person at the same time coming against you, like from multiple sides, like being double teamed energetically or spiritually or whatever it is like that, because of your gifts, because of the impact that you have. I want you to take this as a compliment. I do. Like, energetically, I'm being told to tell you to take it as a compliment. Like, you know what I mean? It's like when Jesus was talking to the Sadducees and the Pharisees, and he was in the temples, and he was questioning all of the way that they taught, and all of the ways that they thought the Bible was supposed to be interpreted, right? It's that type of energy where These people who are supposed to be like, leaders in their own right, having to work together to bring little old you. And I've been watching a lot of Bugs Bunny or like old Looney Tunes, not the new, Looney Tunes that they have. It's cool, whatever, like that. I'm talking about the old one where Bugs Bunny was like controversial. Like today, in today's society, what the characters used to do on the cartoons we used to watch, that shit was called, it was controversial. If you think of Longhorn, the little chicken, and he talk like, oh, y'all know, I'll say. Like what we used to watch would be considered controversial today. That Bugs Bunny. And it's like these motherfuckers don't know you very well. The only thing what they're doing to try to end you, to try to like set you up, or like this hole that they're digging, it's like making you stronger. It's like, you know what I mean? Yeah, like like the experiences that you had as a child, or growing up in maybe a rougher background, or if it wasn't a rough background, you grew up around a lot of sharks, shark a bitch. So maybe the people had money, and people had like clout or class or coof, right? But they were still sharks. Or you grew up in the hood and it was just straight cutthroat and everybody get it how they live, right? Either way it go, these experiences gave you this awareness, this hyper awareness, this ability to sit back before you even make yourself known and observe. You observe things. You're very observant and like not reactionary. And so all this shit that they're doing to try to dig, you see them digging a hole. You know that they expect you to fall into it. So you're already planning on how you gonna waltz them motherfuckers into the same hole that they digging for you. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. You see them digging a hole for you. It's Bugs Bunny. And how he used to play with a troll at Elmer Fudd. You see them digging a hole for you. You know they planning on putting you in that hole. You gonna waltz them right into that same hole that they dug for you. Now you might be an '80s baby. You might be born in the late '80s or mid '80s, early '80s to the early '90s or whatever it is like that, where you watch those cartoons and you kind of have that imprinted on your head. But it's that skill that's gonna be what sets you apart in whatever controversy. They don't know me very well, do we? That ability to be the rabbit but still be the hunter. You know how Bugs Bunny, like Elmer Fudd, always thought he was hunting Bugs Bunny, but really Bugs Bunny was hunting Elmer Fudd, and Elmer Fudd never considered that. Angels, archangels, ancestors, and spirit guides that wish to see us walk the highest path for the greatest good. What is the most important message for Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces? What does Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces need to know most to walk the highest path for the greatest good? Shark, a bitch. False, wolf. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying it's this ability to observe the playing field before you make your first move. You can see the players. You understand archetypes. You can see the players. You understand the game. And you know the way to play your role from a so-called pawn to the queen on the other side. That's what I'm tapped into. Star card energy is out here. And there's this like, you don't look like a goddess. You don't look like a god. You come across as I'm trying to find the right word, but it's like when you whatever it is, your physical, it's like childlike or innocent. You know what I mean? The way that people can maybe be dismissive, like just dismiss you or think that you're not a threat, right? As intimidating as you can be, you know how to be like non-threatening or non-assuming is the word that I want to use, right? Until you decide it's time, right? 5656 angel number. You can be seen very non-threatening and non-assuming until you decide it's time, and then you cut up that intimidation factor to 1,000. Is this type of energy. Freedom fighters, right? And it's almost like a skill that you developed having with it being dangerous for you to be powerful. Like you learned very early on in life that it was dangerous for you to be power, or you know what I mean? If people knew that you had power, or like if people knew that you had anything that was profitable, any resource, they would try to take it from you. It was a threat. You know what I mean? It's like it was a very little girl with a lot of money or a lot of candy or whatever it is like that. If you're not careful and cautious with how you move, then people will try to take it from you. You learn that early on. So you're very careful and cautious, and you understand the art of timing in demonstrating and displaying your power. This is why I'm tapped into Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Anxiety energy is out here. And so there are people on the edge of their seat waiting for something, very much something, waiting for you to get them back, wanting to know if you realize what they're doing. You know what I mean? Based on your track record, so to say. Freedom fighters card energy is out here. They're like on the edge of the seat. It's like, let's say somebody did some magic on you and they see the magic didn't work on you. Well, they on the edge of their seat because they wondering, do you know they did it? Are you getting them back? If you do know they did it and you did get them back, when is it gonna hit? And so it's like this, they're nervous, they're like the you don't even need to give them back because the non-magic is working by itself, because these motherfuckers is on the edge of their seat like they watching a suspense movie. They sweating constantly because they wondering when or who or what or how is coming. This is what I tapped into. I'm talking about I'm talking about pimping since been pimping since been pimping since been pimping since been pimping. But like I said, you'll come across as very unassuming. You'll come across as very naive. You'll come across as very non-threatening until you fucking show your fucking teeth. This is what I'm tapped into. And then you intimidating or you know what I'm saying? They don't get ready to say that shit until they realize you ain't the one to be fucked with. When they was getting ready to fuck over you, and when they was getting ready to take advantage of you, you was non-assuming and non-threatening. But when you let them know that you wasn't the fucking one, you were intimidating and you were a threat. Get the fuck out of here. When I wasn't bothering nobody and I was over there chilling in the cuts, y'all started to come over there and fuck with me. Then I showed you I want to be the one to be fucked with. Now I'm intimidated and I'm scary and you just don't know how to act around me. Good, bitch. Keep it like that. That's what's on this fucking board. I release all that no longer serves me. Release that shit. Keep it like that. Because when they was going to come over there and try to take advantage of you, when they didn't realize that you had a beast in you like you do. This is what I'm tapped to do, but they not gonna bring up that. They're not gonna say, well, the only reason we find out that this person could be intimidated was because we tried to fuck over them. Mama, you got them calling for their mama. Mama, you remember that scene? You remember that scene on Baby Boy when he said, yeah, that's right, call for your mama. Yeah, that's right. Call for your mama. This is what I'm tapped into. Because maybe they were confused. I don't think they were ever baffled or bamboozled about it, but if they was ever confused, they sure know now. This is what I'm tapped into. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. They maybe were wondering, maybe they were assuming or whatever it is like that. Like they said, non-assuming or non-threatening. If they ever thought a fuck was given, they sure know now. You don't care. You don't give none. Fuck that shit on clock. Heavy on understanding the art of timing. Seeming non-threatening, unassuming until it's the right time to show a certain aspect of yourself. Fake ass friends, false ass friends who was trying to take advantage of your kindness, having to see a worse side of you, and now being nervous and on the edge of their seat because they know what they did, and really they want to know if you're about to get them back, or they want to know if it's up with you and it's stuck with you because they know what they did deserves that. You don't even care. The gag is they on the edge of their seat waiting on you to light a candle or something. You don't even give a fuck about the bitch. The gag is you don't even give a fuck about the bitch. Ever grateful for the opportunity to share the gift. Always something saying something else. Ain't that nothing? Can't Scorpio Pisces. The gag is the bitch wish you would light a candle on their ass. Wish you would waste your good herbs and your good offerings on their nasty raggedy ass. Who? Call for your mama. Yeah, that's what they need to do. Listen, mama. Ever grateful for the opportunity to share the gift. Always up on saying something else. Thank y'all so much for tapping in, tuning in, and turning up. I appreciate your time. Time is a very precious resource, something that you don't easily get back. Every moment that we exchange with one another, I want you to know that I appreciate you, and I hope I'm saying something that helps. If I am, double tap that screen. Make sure you leave a like, and if you haven't already, make sure you share and subscribe. This person is a phony, a trickster. They're creating illusions, and I'm hoping that you would fall into it. Fake ass friend, pretending to be something that they weren't, that wasn't, didn't realize you had that thug in you. I got that thug in love. They didn't realize you had that thug in you. My way energy is out here. This is somebody who thought they were going to be able to impose their opinions or impose their desires or force their way upon you. Probably because you look real soft, you look real pretty, you look real glowy, even in this car. You see how you look real soft, real pretty, and real glowy? You ever seen those videos where you'll see somebody and they'll be like, hi, how you doing? Da, 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 da. And then they'll make their voice go deep like that. Shit, these people ain't realize it was a whole, you pretty as a motherfucker, but it's a whole beast down inside. It's a whole beast down inside of you, and you decide when that motherfucker come out, right? Yeah. A joke. I don't know what the fuck they thought this was, because they sure had made up an image in their mind. You heard me? They had painted a whole picture about who the fuck or what the fuck they thought they was. They thought you was, and baby, quickly, sooner, do you understand me? Sooner rather than later, they find out that you was not the one, and the only thing they could do was call for their ancestors. That's right, bitch. Call for your mama. Angels, archangels, ancestors, and spirit guys, and we should see us walk the highest path. Thank you for the grace and good, because I really feel like you don't fuck with nobody. You know what I'm saying? I really feel like you don't fuck with nobody. You do that on purpose. You don't fuck with nobody because you know if somebody decides to cross you in any way, you get real reckless. It get real reckless. So you don't mess with nobody because you know things can get real reckless. And if they take it there, you're gonna take it further. Right? They go low, we go to hell. Straight the fuck up. That's what I'm tapped into. Don't let nobody paint no pictures to you. Listen. Your most powerful path forward is to not let nobody pull you out of character. You get to decide what role you playing. Okay? And whether you're gonna be the transporter or what role you're gonna play today. Okay? Don't let this person take you outside of yourself or get you beside yourself. Right? Set the tone. If I have to say anything that the message is for the divine collective, earth, air, fire, water, whatever sign, bruh, don't match nobody frequency. Okay? Because they could never match yours. And these motherfuckers painting pictures. This ain't no fucking reality. They dress like that. They drive like that. They live in that house. They live in that neighborhood. They broke. They struggling. They argue every day. They ain't even doing right by their kids. There's so much shit that's not showing up in this picture. You understand what I'm saying? So don't go off the picture they paint. And I'm grateful for the opportunity to share the gift. I always hope I'm saying something that helps. I picked up a few cards, but let's put some tarot on this. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Is the most important message. What do they need to know most to walk the highest path for the greatest good? Nine, 3, 9, angel number. Two of Pentacles. Where your attention goes, things grow. That is a law of the universe. It's one of the 7 hermetic principles, right? And when you understand that, you do not give attention or energy to things that you do not want to see grow. Be careful of investing in things that, whether you like it or not, mean that you're giving energy and attention to something that you claim not to like. Are you apathetic to this person, place, thing, or idea, or are you a fan? Don't let these motherfuckers turn you into no motherfucking fan. Oh, I gotta go buy my candles. And I gotta make sure I light my candle on Tuesday. Man, fuck that. You ain't on these bitches' schedule. Okay? Judgment card energy is out here. You got bigger fish to fry. You got manifestations and materializations that you need to align with. You don't have time to be lighting candles or doing work on a weak-ass witch. You understand what I'm saying? You stay in alignment with your divine assignment, and God handles your lightweight. It's always worked like that. Jesus did what God told him to do, and God handled the devil. You understand what I'm saying? 11:11, make a wish. And with that program, with that methodology, do you understand what I'm saying? With that formula, you can manifest and materialize different levels and different milestones. 6 of Wands energy is out here, different victories and celebrations of those victories because of the hard work and effort that you put into something. 6 of Wands plus 4 Wands is 10 Wands, okay? The Page of Wands energy is out here. I want to say that the Page of Wands is because in the beginning, when you start to choose wisely, choose your battles wisely, it's not about not being a warrior and not going to war. It's about choosing your battles wisely and only focusing on the demons that God tells you to focus on, because that's where you expand and expound on your power rather than getting stuck in a time loop. And I feel like in the beginning, it feels like you letting them talk to you any kind of way, or you letting them handle you any kind of way, or you letting them do you any kind of way. No. Vengeance belongs to the Lord. You let God have the space and opportunity to do what that God can do. And it's way more than you can do. And it feels uncomfortable at first. It feels like a surrender or a sacrifice, or you letting them do something to you. No, you're not letting them do anything. You giving God permission. That's what I see. The justice card energy. And when God get involved, baby, it's nothing that they can do to you and nothing that they can stop. It ain't no return to sender. It ain't no get back. It ain't no transmuting the energy. You gonna get just what the fuck you deserve. And that's where your power lies. Your power lies. What does the Bible say? My strength is made perfect in your weakness. Your power lies in admitting that I can't do nothing on my own. I can only do what God says I can do. So let me focus on what God says I can do, and then I'm gonna let him handle you. And then Big Sam do a return to sender. You're gonna do a return to sender on what God said was for you. Get the fuck out of here. That's what this is. The Ace of Pentacles. What I heard? White only pie. No, baby, you gonna get this motherfucking pie. Hot, warm, and on the windowsill. Just like you deserve. And that's what this is. Four of Swords energy is out here. And Divine One, you don't have to get your hands dirty. Your karmics get exactly what they deserve. They get that white only pie just like they wanted it. And you don't even have to get your hands or your face dirty. That's what I'm tapped into. The Tower card energy is out here. Four of Swords with the Page of Pentacles. And as much as they want to blame you, and as much as they want to say it's your fault, or do a return to sender, they get in just what the fuck they deserve. They get in their justice. What is justice card? Just do. Justice, judgment, and Tower card. Ooh, that's when you let God have his vengeance. Ever grateful for the opportunity to share the gift. I always hope I'm saying something that helps, and you get yours. What Beyonce said, the best revenge is your paper. That's only get back you need. The only get back you need is your come up. Ever grateful for the opportunity to share the gift. I always hope I'm saying something that helps. Thank you so much, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, for allowing me in your energy. I sincerely appreciate the love and support. I always hope I'm saying something that helps. If I am, double tap that screen and share the live. And if you know somebody who likes this type of shit, share this live with them. I am so grateful for every opportunity that we get to share this gift. I always hope I'm saying something that helps. Listen, let me know in the comments. I love to read them. And if you haven't already, listen, leave me a like and subscribe, okay? Save the best for last, face ass. Save the best for last, face ass. Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Let's get a message for you. How y'all doing in the chat? Thank y'all for hanging out with me. I appreciate your time. The energy, the love, and support. I always hope I'm saying something that helps. If I didn't tell you already, my intentions are to create conditions that promote health, wealth, and abundance. I do that by helping others to overcome the pitfalls that I've landed in. I love this. I love hanging out. I appreciate the energy exchange. Appreciate the love and support. Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. Let's go. Angels, archangels, ancestors, and spirit guides that wish to see us walk the highest path for the greatest good. What is the most important message for my Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo? It's already yours. It's already all right. Hustle and flow. A lot all day, right? We've been on here for a couple of hours hanging out, and I appreciate you. Thank you for your patience with me, right? All day there's been this recurring message about who the fuck put you in a rush. You know, there's this message that's coming out here blatantly that's like fall in love with the process. You know, like Like everything that DJ, the character DJ, had done to try to break free from his financial constraints in his life, he was doing it under duress. But when we know it's hard out here for a pimp, when he told her to push that shit out, and they was in that studio, that makeshift studio, and they was making hits in the heat, and everybody could feel the palpable energy. It was that energy of not being in a rush, really not having any expectations, just doing something that you love for the love of it that caused the breakthrough. That's what I see. I'm in charge. I want to hear you say it. Let me hear you say it. I'm in charge. That's what's on this board. Angels, archangels, ancestors, and spirit guides that wish to see us walk the highest path out here for the greatest good. What is the most important message? Vision board. And I see what you have on a vision board somewhere hanging up in your house on the door. What you're visualizing in your mind's eye, your manifestations are materializing. There's a version of you that's already there. It's like you can feel it energetically. And your spirit team is saying, fall in love with the flow, fall in love with the process. That's how you're going to find yourself shifting dimensions. That's what I'm tapped into. It's an energetic frequency that you create, like they did in that studio when everybody was doing something that they love. So you feel like it's a certain job title, or you feel like it's a certain company, or you feel like it's a certain neighborhood, or you feel like it's a certain person who can give you an opportunity. But it's in you to create a certain frequency by doing something that's already within you. That's what this feels like. Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo, you already there, baby. Only thing you gotta do is match that fucking frequency and you'll shift dimensions and it'll be crazy. Energy vampire is out here in reverse. Three blind mice. Three blind mice. There was an energetic cord that was recently cut. There was a connection, an entity attachment that you had that was draining you, that was, causing you to make decisions like you had a parasite and you've done a cleanse, and whatever parasitic energy that was causing you to make certain crazy decisions is ending. That situation, that circumstance is coming to an end. That entity that was attached to you that was causing you to hide your true self or causing you to get lost in how much money you was making, how much status and notoriety you had, or how much likes you were getting. That entity, that energetic cord has been cut, and your spirit team is asking you to connect with the flow. Fall in love again with doing it. The way you used to feel when you would do your craft, when you would do hair and it made you feel free, when you would do nails and it made you feel free, or you made music and it made you feel free, or you would write your rap lyrics and it made you feel free. Get back to that point. That's what's going to cause the shift in your dimension. This is what I'm tapped into. When you're creating for the love of creation without expectation, that's what I'm tapped into. Illness card energy is out here. Give me one more card on this illness with roll the dice. It could be like ill, like how they used to rap in the back in the days. Illness energy is out here with, I feel like this has to do with something that you was going through because you had a parasitic connection. It could be literally like some of y'all had some stomach problems and some stomach issues because you had some parasites or some worms or some shit. Some of y'all, them worms that was physical in your life was connected to an energetic cord that you recently cut. But there was an energy vampire in your life that had, we talked about this all day, that was making you feel like you didn't want to do anything, lacking motivation, making you feel a lot of burnout and tired. But the cord to that energetic connection is being drained, and these monitoring spirits that once had was watching you like they was watching TV have lost their connection. It's like their cord has been cut. That's what I want to say. Like if they was connected to your cable, then that fucking energetic cord has been cut, and your spirit team is ready for you to align with what is already yours. And you do that by falling in love with the process. You do that with falling in love with the flow, and that will help you through the process to open your heart to what's already yours. I like this energy. Return to sender. Return to sender. And so, what's already yours? Just like people say, oh, I'm going to send your negative energy back to you. For these energetic connections and these cords where people were draining your positive energy, draining your abundance, and making it difficult for you to fall in love or find your divine life partner, everything that is rightfully yours is being returned to you. That's what I see, Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. Ever grateful for the opportunity to share the gift. I always hope I'm saying something that is. Maybe we did a cord cutting on Facebook the other day. Maybe you recently did a cord cutting. Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. Maybe you've been doing other things to disconnect, sever the ties between you and negative entities and parasitic energies. but there's something that's already yours that you visualize. Some of you actually have a vision board. You might have it on your phone. You might have it hanging up on your wall. You might have it on your screensaver or whatever it is like that. Some of you is just in your mind, and your spirit team is saying, okay, well, get back in the gym. Get back in the studio. Go back to shooting free throws. You gonna be Olympic basketball player? Okay, you gotta shoot some free throws then. You're gonna be a Grammy Award winning artist, and you gotta be in the studio then. Whatever it is, right? You're gonna be the number one hairdresser in your city, well, you gotta be at the shop. Whatever it is, your spirit team is saying be there because that's where the blessings are gonna flow through. Be where God can bless you. Angels, archangels, ancestors, and spirit guides that wish to see us walk the highest path for the greatest good. What is the most important message for Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo, right? Like I said, burnout and trap. I really feel like this has to do with that energy we were talking about, where there were energetic parasites in your energy that were draining you, and it had you feeling this burnout, and you was feeling like you were stuck there. I feel like those cords have been cut. Those cords have been tied. If you haven't cut those cords yet, right? Like you wasn't there with us the other day when we was cutting cords on the Facebook, then it's time to. It feels like it's connected to maybe a romantic relationship or a very close like bond, a friendship or whatever it is like that. But your spirit team is asking you to you don't even realize and recognize how your connection to this person and all their misery is draining you. Give me some more energy. Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. Sacred things. Sacred spiritually means set apart. When a surgeon is going into surgery, the surgeon will set apart certain tools, special tools that they need to perform the operation. And those tools will go through a cleansing process. And your spirit team is inviting you to go through this cleansing process. And you're not going to be able to go through this cleansing process with all these motherfucking attachments and distractions. And a lot of times, just like this hustle and flow card, this lady so-called was his bottom bitch, but she was the main one holding him back. So-called holding him down, and that's the energy. The same motherfucker that's supposed to be having your back and holding you down is the one that's anchoring you to a lifestyle, to a dimension that you want to shift out of, and you gotta sever the tie. And God loves a cheerful giver. You gotta want to choose God. You gotta want to choose what's best for you. You're supposed to want what's best for you, and until you deal with why you don't, you're gonna be stuck in this dimension. Give me some more energy, Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. Round and round. Until you deal with why you don't want better for you, why you still okay with this shit that's keeping you stuck in this dimension, then you're going to be stuck in this dimension. Shit. That's what this is. And you'll paint a picture. Like a motherfucker will paint a wall, but they won't fix the leak. They'll cover up that mold with a fresh coat of paint and act like it's not there, instead of making them sick. Why do you want some shit like that? Cut the cords. Cut the cords and give yourself permission to be your greatest self. Give me some more energy out here for Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. I love you so much. Don't get mad at me. I just read the cards. Getting readings. Don't fucking get mad at me. If that shit resonates in your spirit so much, when you feel a little tick, when you feel a little offense, ask yourself, why is this? Getting readings energy is out here with mirroring. What is your external world saying about how you feel about yourself, saying about what's going on in your internal world, and what cords do you need to sever to be your highest self? That's what I'm tapped into. It's people in your life, places, things, and ideas that you need to tell no. But more than it's about you telling them no, it's about you telling yourself no to that shit that really don't align with you. Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. It's esteem of your motherfucking self. It's control of your motherfucking self. Because nobody else could anyway. If somebody else tried to tell you what to do, you wasn't going to listen no way. Ever grateful for the opportunity to share with you. I always hope I'm saying something else. It's already your wishes, your desires, your manifestations. They're ready to manifest and materialize. But you have to let go of the things that's blocking you, so-called holding you down, in reality holding you back. And it could be habits, it could be people, it could be a way of thinking, a way of speaking, and severing those cords is going to set your ass free. Angels, archangels, ancestors, and spirit guides that wish to see us walk the highest path out here for the greatest good. Five of Wands energy is out here. If you look at this Five of Wands, these, cheetahs look alike. These leopards, whatever they are, right? They look a lot alike, but they're not the same. And so it's like you got dough and you changed, right? It's like when you decide that you want to be better than what you are, everything that's on the frequency of what you are becomes offended by that. And it's not your intention to offend anyone. You're not trying to say that somebody not good or somebody not on their shit because you want to be better than that. The only thing you saying is that you want to be better, and you got to deal with that like hometown spirit. That hometown hate that. When you start changing, when you start wanting to expand, when you start wanting more, that shit that will keep you in bondage to who you used to be. The Six of Cups energy is out here with the Five of Wands, right? Because you grew up with them niggas, huh? You stuck with them niggas, huh? Angels, archangels, ancestors, and spirit guides. Give me some more energies out here with the Ace of Wands energies out here with the Nine of Cups. But that's not necessarily true. You can expand beyond that. Just like the Fibonacci. The Fibonacci isn't a circle going round and round and round. It's a spiral. And it steps out at a certain point. It does something different at a certain point in the sequence, in the methodology. It does something different in order to allow for growth. That's what this looks like. So first you got to ask yourself why you want that shit that holds you back. Where did you learn that from? You have to deal with the fears that you have around not being who you thought you were, when you were 12, not being who you thought you were when you were 6, and being who you actually have the capacity to become, and then focusing on your own personal fulfillment, what actually makes you happy, not what people around you, want to say should make you happy. Being with somebody that actually makes you laugh and actually makes you feel whole rather than the person that everybody expected you to end up with, right? Is this type of energy. Seven of Swords energy is out with the Page of Swords. That's 8 swords. That's not being stuck in a situation or assigned, can I say that, to a situation, but being able to choose. The Emperor card energy as I'm saying that, right? So there's this energy about you have to do some shadow work around what it looks like when you come from a certain place or you come from a certain environment, but you no longer align with that energy. You got to give yourself permission to grow. You also have to give yourself permission to like stop self-sabotaging and know that you deserve good things. Sometimes there's this what is it called? In psychology it's a term, and it's like survivor's guilt or something like that, where you get past certain oppressive states mentally and emotionally, and then you feel guilty for succeeding in certain areas of life, and then it'll cause some type of self-sabotage, or you'll feel like you owe something to the people in your past life. You have to very much so be careful of that and know that you deserve to feel pleasure. You deserve to receive good things because that's what God wants to give you. Page of Swords energies are with 7 swords, and there'll always be this like looming, lurking, almost like it's watching me, right? Like this idea or this entity, this something's watching me over my shoulder because of because of that version of your past. Give me 2 more cards for Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. My Earth Angels, let me know how this is resonating for you. Star card energy is out here with the Mother Star. And then, like I said in the beginning, what you visualize, you can manifest and materialize. Like your wish is really at the palm of your hands. 9 of Wands energy is out here at the bottom of the deck. But like unhealed trauma, survivor's remorse, and like guilt and projection from like the old version of yourself, like people being offended at the idea that you want more, those energies and entities are what's like holding you back. Ever grateful for the opportunity to share the gift. I always hope I'm saying something that helps. Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo, you gotta let me know how that resonated for you. I always enjoy every opportunity that we get to exchange energy. I always hope I'm saying something that helps. My intentions are to create conditions that promote health, wealth, and abundance. I do that by helping others to overcome the pitfalls that I've landed in. If I'm saying something that helps, if I've said something that helps, like the live, share this energy with somebody else who needs to see this. Know that these readings are timeless. So whenever you see this, leave me a comment, leave me a like, and know that I appreciate you. If you're interested in getting a reading, I will put the link tree in the description, and you'll look for the link that says private and personal session. But just until we meet again, be powerful on purpose. Wholeness, infinite waters flowing through you. Take it easy.